What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. We've got something a little cool today. We're doing some, I don't know, some show match energy for the T5S2 August GT. I'm picking out some matchups that I think are pretty sick, and I'm going to stream them. And this is the first one for round one because we had two really heavy hitters out of the event paired up in the first game. We have over here in the red, Devin Swann, aka Error, playing Heretic Astartes, versus, on the other side, MaxGW, who is our T5S2 Season 5 finalist. Didn't end up taking the event down, unfortunately. Went down in the final game against a slightly disappointing Salad, or a very disappointing Salad, depending on who you ask. With these players, Devin, the Season 4 champion. So we did see, we do have a season finalist versus a season champion in round one of the event. So this is certainly a matchup that not only you would expect to see in the finals game, but also literally has happened in GT finals before, because these two players have played each other last summer, or last fall, I believe in the November GT. They were paired in the final game, and that was an absolute slobber knocker of a game. We'll see if we can see a similarly exciting game this time around, chat. And I'm sure that we will. So let's get some hypes in chat there, everybody. Get those predictions down, because we do have a prediction up for who will win. Get those channel points. Spend those tokens. So we do have, the players just finished deployment. Round one the roll for round one, excuse me, did occur. And we do have Devin taking the first turn. These little dancey boys in the chat, I appreciate that. All right, we might have a cat camera on this one today, too. The cat's being, it's very, very excited that there's a game happening right now. Let's see if I can get that set up, chat. Ah, there it is. Gorgeous. Let's get some lights on. It's been very quiet today. All right, well, I'll get these lights going, chat, so we can hang out with the kitty cat, and then we will go through some lists as Devin makes his maneuvers in the first turn. Very good that Devin did not lose the roll to go first here. I think that could have made it a potentially quick game. Although he does have a lot of flying units, unlike a lot of Heretic Astartes armies, he does have multiple units of Warp Talons and a Demon Prince, which is all going to be pretty helpful at clipping out these flyers that Heretic Astartes oftentimes have trouble with, and we've seen Max be able to
advance the CSMs, the white unit. They go 11.
Am I planning anything fun this weekend? I have a tournament tomorrow, chat, that I'm going to be going to. I do have the first GT I finally got scheduled for the summer, or I guess not summer, it'll be early fall, because it will be early next month. I believe September 10th is the date, is when we're going to start streaming GTs for this season. But that'll be fun, so stay tuned to that. But obviously, yeah, otherwise just playing an RTT. Might talk about it on Tactical Tuesday next week, but I'm not sure. Also trying to get a guest for Tactical Tuesday as well. But worst case scenario, at least I'll have an RTT to talk about.
To there. Advance Abaddon. 2. There's go hang up against the wall. Advance the Red Chosen. 1, they go 8.
Alright, so
just some crappy advance rolls, nothing really special.
whole gang moving forward.
Yeah, gotta jump you at some point. Up here, The prince is just going to come out just to be within 6 of the middle of the table. Thank you.
All right, chat. Cat camera
He
acquired.
moves 13 because he is very fast.
Lights fixed. We are ready to go for this frickin' game. Let's do it. Let's talk about some lists. Exclamation point lists in the chat if you want to follow along. We'll start with Devin's list because he is taking the first turn. He is going to be playing a Creations of Bile list. I appreciate that, especially in this online format. The legacy of Dutes is certainly, I think, becoming more prevalent here. He's had a transformative impact in the metagame because of the, I think, all the way through the last Invitational, since we did, like we said before, see slightly disappointing Salad win that Invitational with Creations of Bile. So now we're going to be seeing Creation of Bile a lot more often. And Devin certainly following along with that. Devin, normally a Thousand Suns player. He plays a lot of Psychic-focused armies, but today we got a little bit of Psychic going on, but mostly going to be just hammering home this absolute melee combat phase mastery that Creations of Bile gives a Chaos or a Heretic Astartes list. Starting with a Demon Prince with wings, Twisted Regeneration to make him significantly more difficult to kill. He is bringing Warp Time alongside a Lord Discordant on Hellstalker with Flames of Spite. Demon Weapon is Zal the Wrathful, which I'm going to be honest, don't know that that one is. Usually you see a look at the black. Let's take a look here, chat.
They could advance and charge. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be 19 and then charging.
Just D3 damage, additional D3 damage, and that's going to be on the Chain Glaive on that Hellstalker profile. So he does have, I believe he starts with 6 attacks with that Chain Glaive. Goes up to 3 damage against vehicles, which is certainly going to be relevant in this game, since MaxGW's variety of Necrons, as we'll talk about momentarily, is very vehicle-centric. But getting D3 plus 3 damage on that thing means he hits as hard as a Redemptor Dreadnought, which is, you know, that's something. That's certainly pretty good. Plus with Flames of Spite to give him rerolls to wound, and Mark of Corn for the buff on the charge. That's going to be a ton of damage out of that guy. We do have a Master of Possession. No upgrades on him. 3 units of Legionnaires. Just 5 mans. No marks on them, but we do have 2 Balefire Tomes to give them some additional casts. 3 units of Chosen. I think probably everyone's favorite unit in these Creations of Bile armies. But these ones with Mark of Corn, not Mark of Slanesh. Do you have those accursed weapons to get them to Strength 6 plus the Creations of Bile subfaction ability for +1 strength. We then have 3 units of 5 Warp Talons, as well as Abaddon the Despoiler himself. Big scary man.
Demon Prince, believe in you.
Come on, I can roll a 7. Okay. It's a 6 again. God damn it.
And he is going to just hop back into his convenient...
So it looks like we completed a Warp Ritual in the center there, I think is what happened, and then a nice Warp Time.
Next turn.
And I'm gonna try it again.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Any other powers that need to go off? I'll cast +1.
Yeah, so Max did, when he was setting up, he did purposefully, because he's not worried about ranged attacks from this Heretic Astartes army, because Creations of Bile definitely doesn't focus on ranged attacks whatsoever. He did place the Silent King very appropriately in a very forward position here, touching the terrain, so he is not being obscured by the terrain currently, but again, only has to worry about basically a single ranged attack from the Lord Discordant on Hellstalker over here, and maybe Abaddon? Who really cares? But he did place him such that the model going to the middle in order to complete the Warp Ritual on Devin's side of the table would have to move into Silent King's natural deny, although he wasn't going to place him far enough forward to be able to 4+ deny that, since the Saracen 4+ deny strat only reaches 18 inches. And that would make him in grave danger.
No, I don't really want to perils. So, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
So it looks like, I think we flubbed the Warp Ritual, is what happened there, chat. Oh, no, we got the Warp Ritual. Just kidding. So the Warp Ritual completed successfully, and then a Warp Time was cast to push that Demon Prince back behind the Ruin, so he is not in danger. Although it might be in a little bit of danger, actually. It looks like these planes could actually come shoot him if they wanted to. But he does he does have that regeneration, so he is going to be a tough target. And I do wonder if Max would much rather just be sending this firepower into the Warp Talons to remove any of the threats to his Doom Sights.
Wanna put it on someone else?
Someone else at some point.
Yeah, you just tell me. He wants
Kondomu, right
to
before
do
your
it.
shift? Glad I could give you some entertainment before work.
So, I mean, let's do the simple stuff first.
Where do I feel Creations of Bile sits compared to other Heretic Astartes subfactions? I think it is, it's among the top, I would say. I think it's probably, I guess the common wisdom is that Emperor's Children is probably the best, but there's like kind of a little bit of a push toward Black Legion as well to make use of Abaddon's benefits. And Black Legion, I think, just tends to be the most flexible of the subfactions. But I would say that Creations of Bile is at least in line with with Emperor's Children, excuse me. Oh, I'm doing the reverse thing of the Adeptus Custodes subfaction, where everyone was saying Emperor's Children for the longest time when Emperor's Chosen was released. And now we're going to go right back to it, the other opposite direction. We spent like almost a full year. Oh, no, I guess we spent about 9 months talking about Emperor's Chosen. and now we have to go back to talking about Emperor's Children. It's a difficult life, you know, commentating Warhammer 40k games. So here come the planes. Doomsight's moving out. We haven't talked about MaxGW's list. Let's talk about it. Poor Custodes. Can't wrap your head around them. Yeah. We did just talk about a Custodes list from the WTC. John Lennon playing Custodes to a 6-1 record, I believe, if I remember correctly. With a really interesting variety. Just a huge Dreadnought spam. 3 basic Contemptor Dreadnoughts, 3 Contemptor Achilles. Which is not the composition I would expect, but WTC does create some odd compositions if you want to silver bullet particular matchups. And it looks like he was there to build against Knights and Adeptus Sororitas, and he did very well in those matchups. So, talking about Max's list real quick here, we do have a Supreme Command detachment bringing the Silent King alongside an auxiliary support with the Deceiver in it. Necrons have a problem of CP expenditure right now in that they oftentimes do not have good outlets for their command points. And we did see Max in the Invitational bring a unit of Locust Destroyers to give him a CP sink where he could use their stratagem to full reroll their wound rolls as a way to basically just drop CP into damage and his opponent's army. It looks like he has switched that to instead paying for this auxiliary support detachment to give the Catan to bring the Catan Shard of the Deceiver alongside a standard Catan Shard. That's followed up by a Spearhead detachment. So we are paying for we're paying out the nose for detachments. Are we paying 5 CP for detachments pre-game? No big deal. But we do get a little bit of a refund from the Silent King, being the Warlord, get some additional command points. That's Spearhead detachment is bringing a Transcendent Catan alongside a Plasmancer with Prismatic Obfuscatron to give him old school character protection. He's only targetable if he's the closest eligible target, which means that he's very good at holding backline objectives. He can just literally stand by himself, and generally speaking, you're not going to be able to attack them because you'll be able to shoot at Doomscythe instead. We then have 2 units of 3 Tomb Blades just to run up and do actions and grab objectives, as we see happening right here. So we're going to be grabbing those Treasures of Eons points for taking objectives outside your deployment zone that your opponent chooses. And that's going to just a 60-point unit that basically does that automatically. It's pretty good. We also have 3 Annihilation Barges, 3 individual Locust Heavy Destroyers with Gauss Destructors, their big anti-tank gun, and 2 Doom Scythes. Now looking at command protocols, generally what Max likes to do, and he has done that today as well, he locks in Protocol of the Conquering Tyrant as his permanent protocol, which gives either an additional bump on auras, which is very good for Silent King, because it means that he can operate in a little bit more of a forward position but still benefit the Doom sites with his aura abilities. The other option is to fall back and shoot, which is super duper useful for the Annihilation barges in particular. Those guys do, they don't love being in melee, but being able to fall back and shoot, especially with fly, so they can't be pinned anywhere. And a relatively fast movement, unbracketable because they don't have enough wounds, means that even if they get touched, they're going to be able to fall back. Probably get full rerolls, +1 to hit, so they can ignore the fall back and shoot penalty, and then just lay waste to their targets. And we did see Max play a very similar variety of this list in the Invitational, where the shooting from the Annihilation barges and the Doom sites was absolutely brutal. And he ended a lot of games sort of before they started.
Yeah. Can he see this warp talent?
So it is interesting that Max is playing so far forward with his Doom sites right now, because I am a little bit... I was going to try to use the tall model of the Silent King to peek a line of sight onto a Warp Talon unit. Oh, Silent King, you're so tall. Stop having weird true line of sight interactions. I think it looks like what Max is going to be trying to do with these Doom sites is push forward enough that he can clip out the threats to them. Those would be the flying units. He has to worry about the Demon Prince, although to be fair, if the Demon Prince is fighting the Warp sites, he may not be pushing for a Warp Ritual, which is is not too bad for Max. Although right now, he's in a pretty good position or Devin is in a pretty good position to send this Demon Prince forward, perform his Warp Ritual, and then charge back into the Doom Scythe back here, and basically use that in place of using a Warp Time. That said, Devin does need to actually kill the Tomb Blades in the middle as well to prevent Max from getting early 12-point primaries. While the Necrons are going to be excellent at scoring their secondary objectives, giving them a primary lead is going to be really awkward for the Heretic Astartes, because that is... I think that their path to victory is going to be pushing out primaries. We do have Raise the Banners High for Devin, which is going to be a pretty good pick, although there are only 15 objective secured models. This is a big downside of Heretic Astartes that we talk about a lot. Only 15 objective secured models on the Heretic Astartes army, which means that once they start going down, individual models out of this Necron army are going to start to be able to pull those banners down, and that gets really awkward for the Heretic Astartes player. No Limit 81 with the Twitch Prime resub. Thank you so much for the support. Silent King, stop putting your chair battery way up. Yeah. I mean, how much damage comes out? Like, he's got a whole Catan shard at the top of his chair, right? So you would expect there to be a little bit of damage coming out of that thing. So I guess it makes sense, right? That would... He'd be able to shoot a laser beam out of that guy's mouth or whatever and deal some damage. I don't know. I get it. So we also have Warp Ritual that we spoke about for the Heretic Astartes. I don't think that they're going to have too much trouble maxing that secondary. They do have 2 casters that are going to be able to perform it. We are in a pretty good situation, a pretty good position to perform that psychic action currently. And again, I think this plane is in the perfect position for this Demon Prince to just do a Warp Patrol and then run away, which is going to be pretty fun for Devin. Last secondary being Rise to Glory. This is going to give Devin 2 victory points at the end of each battle round for each character, monster, or vehicle destroyed during that battle bound in melee. The larger the unit is, scores additional points, which means that Devin is going to... he maxes at 5 victory points per battle round, but it means that, like, if Devin kills both these Doom Sites, he's going to get an easy 5-point turn, and then all he's needing to do is score some additional points by killing the Annihilation Barges or the Silent King over the remainder of the game. So that should be a relatively easy secondary for him, assuming that he can get to grips with his opponent. And that depends almost entirely on how many Warp Talons here die. Because the Warp Talons do have a relatively long threat range. They move 13 inches in Creations of Bile, and then with extended engagement into these ruins, they will effectively get +1 to charge. Although, as Chad loves to remind me, they can't advance and charge, unlike most of the units in the Creations of Bile army, because they are not core keyworded. So I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember that this time, chat. I promise you. So a little bit of positioning so far. It looks like we determined that Silent King didn't get any really good targets with his shooting, so he's not going to be standing inside the terrain. He's just going to be hanging back a little bit. One way that we could lose the game really quickly here is for Devin to, I think very much like how the Season 5 Invitational ended, Max to push a little bit too far forward, Devin to go for some Hail Mary charges and then make them, and we have the Silent King, the sort of the linchpin of the Necron list, get killed early. Which would be not great. Cat was on the camera for about a millisecond. And then decided to leave. She's just a little shy today. Actually, that's not true at all. She's not shy. Dr. Rana teaching your dad 40K. That's awesome. Mine was actually the opposite. My dad got me into miniature games. He liked Lord of the Rings, and he got me into the Lord of the Rings miniature game when it released back in the day, with the 2 tower starter set with little plastic Riders Rohan.
Dino spotted.
Right now, basic understanding is solid, but he's working on remembering his strats. Any tips for teaching him? Yeah. So one thing that I always tell people, especially when I'm coaching them, is to go through. It looks like the shooting has begun. We are starting to remove warp talons in this forward unit here, protected by Abaddon. Is to go through and look at your stratagems and then consider a situation in which you would use them, even if it's hyper corner case. And you know, like even if they're a new player, sometimes their understanding of how the game works isn't super hot. Even if it's like a super corner case situation, and you're like, oh man, it's a 1 in a million game state. But just training your brain to recognize those situations makes it much easier to remember your stratagems when the time comes to use them, because you can be in a situation like that and be like, I think I have something for this, and then you can remember that you have a niche stratagem somewhere. So that's what I would do. I would actually have him sit down with the book, read through every stratagem, and be like, oh, I could see when I would use this one. Oh, if I'm charging and I can do a bonus here, then that would be cool. Wahapedia also helps too, yeah. Organizing the strats by phase is super helpful. So it looks like the front Warp Talon unit getting absolutely decimated by these Doom Scythes. Down to only the champion. But are these Doom Scythes going to survive? I guess this one on the edge here may, actually. I'm not sure that there's too much in range to fight that one, but we should lose 1 from Max this coming turn.
Okay, well, those chosen.
Those chosen are really into it, apparently.
They have the lucky day. Okay,
Chosen eating some shots, but that's
it.
about it.
Mission actually going on.
All right, well, this is definitely a turn 1 Scouring, I think. Scouring went from probably the most aggressive mission in the packet to maybe one of the most passive, which has been the absence of Stranglehold in the Warzone Nephilim format has so many knock-on effects that I think like nobody really. So it looks like Ancient Machineries completing in the center objective there. We do have Treasures of Eons completing as well for a couple points. Purge the Vermin for 3, and that Necron secondary control ticking up. 9 points in the first turn. Didn't even do anything, just 9 points. We gave away 1 Toonblade unit. Easy peasy. But the absence of Stranglehold in the Warzone Nephilim format means that if you're on 2 objectives and you can kill your opponent off of their third, you have no incentive to play aggressively, which means that these very defensive game states end up arising, which I'm not sure was an intended consequence of the Stranglehold removal. I know Stranglehold was kind of a no-brainer in a lot of situations because it was so easy to score out, and she's back, chat, and it
You're 2 points out the 5-up pinball, right?
but it did force these very aggressive game states where you just played super hard and you tried to lock down that like 12-point plus Stranglehold really consistently, and that would sort of steamroll or a snowball you to victory. But now nobody's going for the middle objectives. The game becomes much more cagey, which I think I like actually. The games that were just a big smash and everyone had a big fight in the middle and then one player won they were fun, but sometimes they were a little bit over the top. So we are back to Devin's top 2. He should score 8 primary, which we haven't done yet, but I'm sure that's on the table. So it looks like we may be angling for an advance in charge and a chosen unit into the Annihilation Barge over here. They're 18 inches away, so they need to move 17 off of a 7-inch base move. So 3d6, they need to get a 10 on 3d6, which is better than a coin flip, and they have CP rerolls in the bank as well. So that charge actually isn't too tough. And while the Chosen don't have an amazing chance to kill the entire Annihilation Barge through a reinforced quantum shielding, it's we do need to see some aggressive play here from Devin. I think that ends up... I mean, that is how you play against these Necron armies, is that you have to play aggressively and you have to push for a table as quickly as possible before that secondary objective control starts ticking up. What is this cat doing? Are you melting? Just a droopy cat over here, chat.
Just wants to be within 18 of this inside corner here, so I can be an inch over.
Yeah, so it looks like we got on average advance roll, a 3 on the advance roll, so moving 10 inches.
Perfect. Scroll a little bit more just because of the corner being troublesome. The new friends get to go 10.
So looking for a 7-inch charge with the extended engagement is, I think, what we're angling for.
And again, plus 3-inch to yours.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Yeah, the cat is trying to occupy the shape of its container.
Do with Abaddon?
Should we get a, we should get a,
Yeah, they're T5.
what do you call it? A cheer reward to feed the cat treats. She'd love that. She'd love it when I stream then. Right now she just, she gets kind of angry when I stream because I'm not paying attention to her. I'm paying attention to whatever's happening on the computer. I had a conference call yesterday. I think I told the story yesterday, but I had a conference call yesterday. I picked up the phone, and literally as soon as I picked up the phone, she screamed, ran over, and knocked my coffee cup onto my printer. So I had to hang up the conference call immediately and spend like about 2 hours like taking apart my printer and cleaning all the coffee out of it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you don't you side-eye me, you bitch.
Jimmy Abaddon want to do? And what does this little Warp Town champion want to do? I have decisions to make.
So it looks like we are setting up here to put the Demon Prince in range of the center of the table to complete that warp ritual. Although I think we are going to be in Silent King's Deny. Probably not his 18-inch range though. I'm not gonna put my cursor too far out to measure everywhere. It looks like we did lose a Chosen in the center unit here, so the chances of them actually killing the Annihilation Barge are very low. Although they did get 5 attacks apiece, so we are looking at 20 attacks through them because they are Mark of Khorne.
8 point something, so a 6 point something plus the guy bring back will make him like a 4.
But we're gonna try to Pact of Flesh a model in front of the unit to get that charge bonus even easier. I love it, chat. Pact of Flesh, one of the honestly the craziest spells we've seen in a long time. Fully heals a unit, then returns a destroyed unit back to the fully heals a model, excuse me, then returns a destroyed model back to the unit. And we have seen some really interesting uses of Pact of Flesh, literally to use a sacrificial dagger on the Master of Possession to kill one of the own models in the unit, then respawn them from the back of the unit to the front, which could give that individual model about upwards of like 12 inches of additional movement, and usually increases your threat range by about 3 inches. So I think the fact that Max underswung on that Chosen unit is going to hurt him quite a bit, because assuming that Pact of Flesh goes off without a hitch, he literally just increases his own threat range without decreasing the damage output of the Chosen unit. What a crazy spell. But I think it's kind of, in any other faction or in a lot of other factions, you would look at that spell and you would, cry broken, I guess. But I think it's an interesting point of the design of Heretic Astartes that, the faction has these insane abilities. Perma trans hitman, plus -1 to wound, plus, reroll reduction, all this crazy stuff. And isn't I think it's like one of the most balanced codexes that we've seen out of the 9th edition so far. Yeah, somebody clip that. Somebody clip my cat. giving me the stink eye over there.
Just move him over a smidgen just so we can try and do that cheeky play. This little Warp Talon champion, he'll just come be moral support, I guess.
So it looks like
Abaddon does not really.
we're going to be trying to knock both planes out of the sky this turn, which I know I think has to happen for Devin. So we're going to be angling for a big charge with the Warp Talons in the cover. The cover is going to help a little bit in case they get shot by that Tesla gun. And then we do have an additional Warp Talon to do that. 6 Warp Talons. That's a pretty good shot at knocking the Doomsite down. And then we have some offensive abilities, some shooting into the other the other Doomscythe, excuse me. And the Demon Prince should be able to finish it off with a charge. And then use the pile and consolidate. We can charge here, use our consolidate to get back in here into lookout sword range after performing our psychic ritual.
And then Mr. Disco Lord.
So I'm a little bit worried that we are going to be giving away a lot of Chosen kind of dearly. Where's this Discord Lord going? So the Lord Discordant has been movement blocked by the Doomscythe. Obviously, you can move through aircraft units as long as you can clear their engagement range, but you still can't walk it. You can't end that movement in their engagement range, which means that. Yeah, okay, I see you staring at me. Which means that they can, especially if you're a large base, they can prevent you from finishing on the end of your movement. They can prevent you from being able to complete your movement in the final placement.
Warp Talons here will just come up so that they can get ready for next turn. And then these Marines will come up as well. It's the Prescience unit. They'll just give themselves some options for casting.
Depending on what,
If every codex was like the CSM one, the game would be in such awesome state.
so
Yeah,
that'll
I
be that,
agree.
I guess.
Yeah, I like that the CSM codex is good in it is hyper specialized. It's insanely strong in melee and very resilient against conventional attacks. But it's not particularly fast. It's kind of fast, but it requires some tricks and and there's a lot of failure points. It has very little defense against unconventional attacks like mortal wounds, and so it has some like glaring weaknesses, and it's easy to control scenario against.
There's a guy. Stab someone.
So yeah, I would say it's a well-designed codex, I think, and I appreciate that. It's like good, but not in a silly way, right? Because the previous incarnations of Chaos Space Marines were good in insanely convoluted and wombo combo-y ways, where the interaction of like 7 different strats and 2 different sub-faction abilities and like multiple codexes overlapping would have these really powerful secondary effects. And this codex is just good as a codex, and I think that's like, I mean, as cool as the previous version of Chaos Heretic Astartes was. It was especially as a TO, I would always get questions about, what happens if I take this Demon Relic and then this, interact with this Forge World Heretic Astartes character and the Death Guard model and then this other, like, Chaos Space Marine ability. I'm like, I don't know. It was a lot. So we did see the Chosen Pact of Flesh into the center here. That's going to get a very... we murdered a dude with the Sacrificial Dagger, it looks like.
Okay, I guess he wants to perils.
And then perils the resulting dice roll. Ouchie daisies. Those Masters of Possession, I guess it's thematically appropriate, but it's good they have 5 wounds because those guys peril all the fucking time.
Then he takes that idiot it takes 2 wounds.
So that is
Well, he's not nature.
what is it? It's a diabolic mutation.
At this point.
Sorry, mutated invigoration onto the Warp Talons. So they're +2 strength currently. Gets them to strength 6.
Prescience from-
Which does mean they win on 4, so that's pretty useful.
That'll be on the Warp Talon.
That +1 strength in the creations of bile subfaction ability is actually way more useful than people get a credit for sure. Prescience on that unit as well, so they're going to be winning on 2 or hitting on 2s, excuse me. And oh man, we're just hoping we make this charge. If this unit fails this charge, it's going to be so sad.
Goes off.
Oh, those on red?
Yeah,
That one.
Mhm.
Just a single mortal.
Would love some melee
Alrighty,
help for your
looks like
Tau.
it's done shooting.
Just call Monka and kill people with the Honor
Doesn't
Gauntlet
really
guy.
actually want to shoot at? No, well, he does, but he doesn't have a gun, so never mind.
I do see. I could see that playing, like being a Tau player into the Heretic Astartes matchup could be very frustrating. Because I do think Heretic Astartes is sort of Silver Bullet. Or their defensive profile is Silver Bullet Tau. Tau can probably kill like enough of them over the course of the game that they win, but I don't know if they do that before they lose on primaries. That matchup seems tough for Tau. Maybe bombers help. You just like tag their big bricks with Sunshark bombers, but I don't know. I'm not good enough at Tau yet.
So
You're good. Red Chosen.
So trying to get some plink damage into the Doom Scythes. 1 damage dealt so far.
Let's see.
Are we just assuming that this Demon Prince is gonna
See what the
one-shot
Disco
up
Lord
line?
does. Disco Lord is just gonna put his flamer into the green Doom Scythe.
6 attacks for 3 damage. And strength 8.
2d3 plus
Strength
2.
9, excuse me.
5.
Should be fine.
Wounding on 4s.
okay.
Okay, buddy. Okay now. Calm down. Abaddon will shoot it.
So, the Bale Flamer on the Lord Discord, best gun in the Chaos Space Marine Codex, or in the Chaos Space Marine Army, and certainly one of the better ones in the Codex. Gets just whiffs entirely.
5s.
Yeah.
3 AP1s on green Doom Scythe.
Yeah, I agree, Chad. I think the Sunshark bombers are. Oh dang! Abaddon though clips it for 6 damage. All right, well that should make it easy for the Demon Prince to kill that one. And then we're going to try to deal a little bit more damage to the other Doom Scythe and hope that the Warp Talons can finish it off. But I think, assuming that these charges go, we should see these 2 Warp Talons get, these 2 Doom Scythes get killed.
Real 1s.
The question mark is whether or not we have the forward pressure for Devin to
5s.
be able to capitalize on that, because it means that the long threat ranges on the Necron side of the table have been destroyed, but Necrons are going to continue to tick up their secondaries very easily. They can play a super cagey game plan, score their 8 points a turn. I don't.
Just 2 of them.
We'll have to see how well these Chosen do, because I'm not sure that the Chosen one-shot the Annihilation Barge through its invulnerable save, and then it falls back and shoots. They get Solar Pulsed, and they get, or not even. They just get killed by Silent Kick and Melee probably. Although they, I mean, obviously, if they get killed in melee, they do get to double dip on their damage output because of being creations of bile. But
I just want to know for myself.
it does mean that we're going to be giving away these 2 Chosen units and
Master
probably
is
not
power
impacting the primary scoring very much at all.
I don't get melee.
But we'll see if that Annihilation Barge gets killed. That's the
does
big
anybody
question.
else have a
So
gun?
this fight phase is going to be huge.
They don't really want to shoot at Tomb Blades and kill them. That would be
With
bad.
Necrons and
Just
Chaos
kills
Marines
them
running around
fancy
seems
crap.
like Monk Ka is the way to go.
I
I don't know. Most of the people I've talked to have said that Kalyan is more powerful when you can use it, but there are definitely situations where your opponent's just hyper aggressive and you have to deal with them quickly. But I found that, like, I don't know, just in personal opinion, I found that the Monk Ka ability isn't like super impactful.
Yeah.
It just like it buffs your master of the Monk Ka though, or your exemplar of the Monk Ka, excuse me. So there goes the Demon Prince. We did get
over here.
over the base. Oh, very nice positioning there from Devin. Able to tow that guy into the terrain within 3 inches of the Chosen unit, so he is at Lookout Surd and in melee with the Doom Scythe. We now need these Warp Talons to get the charge into the other Doom Scythe.
The teal guy out of the way. Teal guy will charge red.
Gonna charge the first one to eat an Overwatch, potentially. Looks like I don't think we're gonna Overwatch with them. Look at this tiny Necron who's piloting this thing. I love this little dude. Look at this guy. He's so cute. What a cutie pie.
Short charge into you. Looking for a 6. I think it is. 8 will do it. So they're just gonna come over here. Actually, they'll just stay outside the terrain for now. That's 6.8. Go there, you can come there. Now the important charges that need to happen. 5.8 to the Annihilation Barge, so 3-inch, 2-inch, 4-inch, some tiny number.
Should be 4. It should-
4 will do it.
yes, that's exactly
Job,
it.
fellas.
Oh no! Can we fit past the wall? Oh no! Oh no! Devin, we might need a reroll.
Can you get over the wall?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. 4 is...
I think, yeah, a 4-inch move is exactly in the wall. We needed a 5 in order to clear that wall, but we didn't get it, chat. Got a CP reroll down to 2 CP. There's a 9, though. Get those boys in there. Obviously, don't want to get hit by the Deceiver. Even if they fight on death, the Deceiver's only going to take 3 damage and then start healing it, so it's not that big of a deal. That would certainly be an intervention. Yeah, you don't want that. We're trying to kill the OBSEC model in the objective here. Attacking the Deceiver is just wasted attacks for the most part in this situation.
I'll just stay outside this rock range. These guys will just hang out on this side of the wall. We'll just pile over in a second.
Yeah, I think the game plan for Tau is a lot of times, if your opponent is playing an army like this, where they have these little units that can push up and tuck the middle, is you just use strike and fading battle suits to clear the center objective out, and you don't typically need a lot of help to do so, because these units aren't difficult to kill. So you know, a 3-man of Crisis or a Precision Commander will kill them. And then you can strike and fade back to safety, and the rest of your army just literally hides, and you score 8 points a turn until turn 3 clicks in. Your decisive action for Cao Yan turns on, so you start scoring 4 points on secondaries every turn, and that's when you push out and start dealing like immense damage. The question is like how aggressive. If you're playing against an army that's super aggressive, you may literally not have the time within the game to wait till turn 3 to do stuff. But I think that depends on the matchup. Yeah, the redeploy for exemplar of the Cao Yan is a pretty big deal too.
I don't think you're gonna interrupt with a barge or a plane, so I'll just go with the Marines over here to start.
Okay.
2 blades or 2 wounds each.
Yep. They are.
So I'll start with the axe. Hitting on 4s. Strength, a lot. 1 wounded AP. I don't think you get a save. AP 3, I think.
Where's it go?
Or, sorry, AP 5.
Where's it go?
Then the Black Mace.
A heavy chain axe. Look at that guy go.
3s. Real 1s because of the thing on them.
We have the buffed
Strength,
mace in
a
this
shitload.
unit of
3 wounds at AP 3.
chosen.
They're just dead.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is like a dramatic overcommittal, but we got there.
And
Yay!
they will just do what I said earlier and just hop the wall.
Can you just put them back quickly? I think they're just yeah. I think-
7.7. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
you should be fine. Yeah.
yeah, it's really just this guy's gonna be the problematic one. I think if he goes like that, it'll be closer.
I think you're fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are definitely good.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hop the wall, like I said.
And he can just get a bit.
He'll
further
just shuffle over that way. I'll
Yeah.
put 3 guys on the objective. And this actually legal placement. And then.
Oh,
I'm
these are
assuming you don't wanna
legionaries.
interrupt.
Excuse me, chat.
back. Not.
I apologize. These are legionaries. I thought these were chosen.
Hop the wall there.
This is the downside of using, I think, the same model for both. Yeah, that's not confusing at all. Okay, so we have chosen against the Annihilation Barge. This is a Legionnaire squad on Objective 5. So these are objective secured. So we will be knocking down Necrons to a 4-point primary, potentially down to 0-point primary on the bottom of round 2, which would be a pretty big swing because, again, Necrons, they're very good at scoring primary, but they don't have, besides being objective secured, they don't have any particular bonuses there, which means that that's a way that you can beat them. If they beat you on secondaries, but you can crush them on primaries, then their secondary objective dominance isn't that impactful.
It was worth a shot. Now you have to deal with them.
Yeah, only 3 damage to the Annihilation Barge
Assuming
there.
you still don't
Yeah.
want to interrupt.
That's
Shocking,
4+
no.
save
Shocking,
and
no.
transhuman from their quantum shielding. Pretty good. If you enhance the quantum shielding, obviously. They're just a 5+ save normally. So there's 1 billion attacks going into the Doom Scythe.
Has 26 attacks.
Just 26. 5 attacks a model
There we go.
with those lightning
Hitting on
claws.
twos.
Prescience helping a little
And
bit there.
4s because they're strength 6 right now.
And we do get
Rolling
rerolls
a
for that
wound.
lightning claw. Oh, look at that.
18 5-ups.
Nice. That.
7. That kills it.
Step.
Yep.
Question is which one wants to auto explode?
So we're going to
Cross
use a
it more
Pharaoh's
likely
Wrath
one
here, it
next
looks
to
like, to
Abaddon.
deal some
Just wanna
damage.
roll for this one naturally.
If we do plink Abaddon, we could phase cap him with a D3 damage explosion,
No, stop it.
Almost.
which would be pretty useful for this Necron army that is mostly deals damage in the shooting phase, although we do have those Catan charts who certainly help against Abaddon.
Can't actually go like that. Don't go
And
like
there
that.
goes the Warp Talons. Can
Prince will
he
hit
stay
the other
behind
Doomsday.
that building, just in case we do get a shot with
So
the
we got
Silent
the,
King? I would like to see this champion
sword
activate next and
twos.
move this way, going closer to that Doom Scythe, so that he also can't be shot.
And on
But we don't have a
twos.
code of combat right now, so if Max wants to
266.
take time and dedicate shooting to kill that one model, it's not the end of the world.
Oh, sorry. Got 2 more wounds left to do on a 6. On a 3 to wound you. That's a wound.
Yeah, no big deal, chat. Just 26 attacks, converting 18 times.
Okay.
I mean, 4's rerolling is... 2's to
That's
hit,
getting
4's
CP'd.
rerolling is hyper consistent.
Yep.
18 is
Wouldn't
probably
you put down
be
to
expected.
0 by the way because you spent 1 on the charge reroll?
Oh, yes, I did.
So can I do another 6?
There we go. You're dead.
Yep. So yeah, this is where I spent
So-
3 for the auto explode.
Doom Scythe almost surviving, and we are going to clip, it looks like,
Got the Marines over here.
a chosen unit, all 3 characters in one of the Warp Talons, with the explosion from the Pharaoh's Wrath.
6-3.
Oof. Now that Lord Discordant will start healing, and he's untargetable by ranged attacks right now because he's outserved by the Chosen.
6-1.
That will score Devin his 5 for Rise to Glory for destroying 2 vehicles, above 10 wounds.
Take 1.
Oh, that could have been worse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, this terrain always makes me play like a complete idiot. Because I just kind of want to do stuff
Yeah.
at better angles. So, double
Yeah, that could be fair. You're playing an all-ranged army.
3 attacks technically with the barge. Hey, it's a
You
hit.
just want to be able to kill your opponent's models, but that is a downside of aircraft oftentimes. We could play very cagey with the aircraft and use their height to get some shots into the buildings with some really cagey turn 1 plays, but we just try to kill all the Warp Talons, but no, it was not to be.
Glad we did that.
So both Doom Sites killed. 1 objective stolen from the Necron, so they are down to 4-point primary, and we should probably be keeping
No
track
war
of primary.
patrol, 2 banners. Yeah, I killed. Oh, do I gain a CP? Do I not roll 2 6s? I do. Because I killed
Oh
something.
yeah,
I killed
failsafe
it.
detonator. That's a good one for sure, chat.
Okay.
That one always gets me. I lost a hive tyrant to that one
Um,
time, and I was so mad.
Yeah, your turn.
Okay. So, I got
You got 8
Rise-
point primary that turn, right? Devin?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did, and I got the this one action I completed.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, but somebody over here is doing it. The Warp Talons.
Okay.
'Cause they didn't do anything else.
Cool.
So,
All right. Well, starting strong for the Heretic Astartes.
That's my turn.
But again, we only have a couple of those Legionnaire
Let's
squads.
just take a quick 3 minutes off. I'll be right back.
Oh, but it looks like Max is going to take a quick
Rise
break
to Glory
here.
is only 3 because the plane only had 12 wins.
Is Rise to Glory not Max there? Oh, I wonder if it's different in Wars of Nephilim. I'm looking at the Codex version, chat. Rise to Glory maxes, right? At 5?
Pardon me?
Rise to Glory maxes at 5, right?
5 per turn.
Yeah. So you'd score 5 that turn, right?
No, because I only killed one thing with a character. Has to be specifically killed by a character. in
Oh,
melee.
it's only characters. Okay, I understand.
Yep.
Yep, I gotcha. There you go, chat.
I think you're thinking of the Creations Pile one.
I definitely am, for sure.
Which
But that
does-
one's not a
which-
vehicle, to be fair.
Does not work on unless the vehicle's a character. Then it
Yes.
does work.
Yes, for sure. All right, Silent King, we're going to get you.
Oh, I completely forgot to declare who Abaddon's rerolling all his wounds against.
I would assume it
yeah.
was Silent King.
It's Silent King.
Yeah.
He wants to go have a party with Cesaric.
Yeah, dude.
His big old demon sword.
You and me, buddy. Let's jam. Dr. Dude's in chat. What's up, dude? So looking at, looks like we got, 69% in favor of Necrons today.
Okay, so. Come on, first we're just gonna apply. We'll be
Although
done
this might be
on
the,
spot
all right,
and
chat. We have to have
spot.
a talk. Are y'all broke? This might be the lowest actual amount of tokens that has ever been bet on a game. It's 69% in favor of Necrons because it is 22 tokens to 10. What is this? What are y'all doing? 22 tokens? That's all you could muster? I'm ashamed. Even Inky's ashamed. She's yelling at you. Hey, Inky. Wanna be on camera? It is a funny number. Oh, the camera's all messed up. Oh. Sorry. Come back. No. I just adjusted the thing, I swear. Oh well. Alright, looks like Max is back.
This out right now. Don't think so. Just gonna gamble here. For the 24, so just go finish further forward.
Yep, you're good.
So it looks like we're gonna start trying to antimatter meteor
At some point.
the Demon Prince.
There. Not this turn though.
He is still a line of sight, despite not being the closest. So he can't be shot by conventional attacks, but you can squeak some
So,
Catan powers into him potentially.
you cannot quite get there without advancing, which is fine. Just fine. Doing anything here right now. They're just gonna advance.
Would have bet more, but couldn't break the 69. Yeah.
So let's see.
If only you could bet both sides, so you could
Go right here.
you could get it to you could like massage it to 69% every time.
Then we will have you.
That'd be poggers.
You heal a wound.
Annihilation Bar is going to fall back with Protocol of the Conquering Tyrant. Still be able to shoot.
Then
But yeah, we should see these guys get picked up by shooting.
destroy to be here. This plasma site should be here.
It is interesting that we did take an Ancient
This
Machineries
is
pick in this game. Ancient Machineries feels
just right here.
a little go firsty.
Still outside of the wall.
Although I guess we can score a 12 pretty easily on Scouring with it.
Then we will have the Deceiver.
But it helps it helps a lot if you go first because you're able to move very aggressively forward with your pregame move plus a Tomb Blade unit moving. And then you can score it on one of your opponent's side of the table objectives. But that gets much more difficult as the game goes on. Because you start having to use those
Yeah.
Tomb Blades to complete the action
You have to be
elsewhere.
in combat.
And then they die.
And
Or
you're
isn't
just either.
isn't it only as a result of a melee attack?
No, it's just whenever I die. You're also within 2 of me here.
A plasma sight.
Let's see, we have to go like this.
Yeah, you're good.
Mhm.
I'll double check this. Like literally my first game with this army, so I'm probably getting things wrong.
So you just go over here. We'll just have these two feathers. I mean, it
Yeah, they
would-
only fight on death in melee as a result of a
We
melee.
killed my
attack.
melee attack
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
So for the 24,
They finally fixed the wording on that.
which is here. If you got
Yeah, back in the
let's see,
day,
over
fight on
here.
death abilities used to trigger all
That's
sorts
not
of random
great.
times, but now they are mostly standardized to only work in the fight phase or when killed in melee in general.
I think that might just be too greedy. I do want to have you around for a bit longer. You will simply do this.
Alright, Inky. Wanna go back to the castle?
So,
Are you scared of the trap box though?
you haven't lost anyone here. So,
Not in the Warp Talents, but the Chosen have lost a guy.
James lost a guy. This goes here to you. Just go over here.
Mhm.
You will do the mission action on this one. Yeah, you. Already did the mission action. This one, mission action. This one. So question is that worth this? Is that worth it? Probably not, because I'm not gonna do it here. He's just gonna do the regular one. Oh, also I'm blocked in this one, so I just have to do the. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the Necron one. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just doing machineries in this one.
What's your protocol for this turn?
Oh, sorry. You actually have 3 models here. Right. Which TB would I care? Yeah, that does change things a bit. So in that case, so you do have these models here. I would have to change this slightly over here in the exact sense that the local cell destroyer has to go with the plasma silos.
Yeah,
just so
that's
you can
fine.
do the mission action. Yeah.
Can you start the mission action here because I have models on the objective?
Yeah, but I'm controlling this one. You don't have OPSEC here, whereas the local cell destroyer has OPSEC. So he can just start the machineries one.
Oh, ancient machineries. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the plasma site will just advance.
Yep, that's fine.
Just goes for a 6. So that would be a 15. Gets you over to here. The heavy destroyer will just go where the plasma site was. We just need to move Eddie out of the way.
Yeah, that's
quickly.
fine.
So you go a bit further away, Eddie. Like this. Then we just get you to go here. Then we do need to get these little barges out of the way. So you are here. You can just be in the warm embrace of the king. Right over here.
Warm embrace.
Then we just have. What does the king want to end up?
That is a deeply
Right over
unsettling
here, I
image,
think.
chat.
Can I? I can technically see these Astartes.
The white unit, I believe you can.
We're in the same situation as before.
Yep, you can see the white unit,
Mhm.
with just the guy in the back.
Yeah, but it's just again the same situation as the last time. As
Range on
another
his guns? What's the range on his weapons?
it's 24 for his weapons. It's just the problem with Abaddon.
Oh.
That's kind of the
Yeah,
problem.
and you also have to be in range of the person you're actually
Cat
can see.
Sam's back.
Mhm.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
You don't want to be that close to Abaddon because he will just come smack you in the face.
He likes to do that.
The old royal hug.
So
Oh, I don't know if you heard it if you're away. Abaddon, one of his warlord traits is I just get free rerolls for all Black Legion units on one thing in your army. It's obviously Silent King.
yeah, I mean you could also just give yourself different rebuilds anyway.
Yeah, but in case he doesn't have it for whatever reason, he gets to reroll. It's
Yeah, that's fair enough. You have options.
What is
That's
the
what I'm saying.
what is the
You have
hug
options.
equivalent of a royal wave? Is it like one of those floating hugs?
Options like this one.
Where like you put your your arms around them, but you don't like touch them, and it looks really awkward and kind of creepy. I imagine that's what Silent King does. It's like really stiff armed hug, you know. He looks like he would give stiff hugs. Look at this guy.
It's only an 11, so.
I beat you.
Yep. Thunderbolt. Yep. D3 on them. Just the one.
No wound. Doesn't really matter who I kill.
Sorry, the intent for him was to not actually see these guys. I wanted because I
Yeah,
wanted,
because yeah, that's fine.
so he just goes out here.
Yeah.
Be-
That's
be
okay.
with
That's okay.
him. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so that's
So
gonna target.
he's
the
gonna
meteor
gamble
now.
on getting a 6 on Antimatter Meteor.
Oh, please don't.
He did us.
Oh, so close, but not quite.
3 mortals on him.
Oof.
Blam.
Cool. We
Then he's
can
gonna
heal
do-
that guy with Pact of Flesh if we're not trying to regenerate models with it. It is targetable to characters, but obviously doesn't regenerate a model in the unit. Just heals him his wounds. He gets one of his servants to hug you. Which of the Silent King's backup dancers would you rather get hugged by? Shooting guy or melee guy? I bet melee guy gives really good hugs, you know, because he's an expert in close quarters operations.
Yes. Or 3 mortals.
Guy and a half. 9. You're important. Not really. You're not getting obstacle for this turn.
And then I'm gonna pay the CP. Try random power.
You really want to kill that demon prince.
I would very much love to. It's a 4. Okay, on a 4 plus the marines. Nope, nothing happens. Okay.
4 cosmic
Fertilize worth a try. So, we're gonna start blasting. Local Cyber Destroyer chosen.
he's doing the
He's doing the action. Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Let's do the king himself first. Into them.
Yep.
3 shots with the scepter.
So yeah, so the king will probably clip out the majority or most of that unit in melee. You don't want to engage these creations of bile units in melee because despite the fact that the Silent King does hit you with the OBS incinerator, so you can't you fight last. They aren't being selected to fight when they fight on death. They just get to pile in and make their attacks before being removed, which means that they would still get to swing their attacks back onto Silent King, and that is a little bit dangerous for him. You don't want to lose Maniers this early in the game for no real reason, so we're going to focus fire our shots into the Chosen. And that is a benefit of playing it so aggressively with the Chosen. It does sort of compact the Necron army a little bit farther away from their objectives, which makes things a little bit easier to deal with on the subsequent turn because we can charge into this Locust Destroyer and steal the objective away from them by killing it. Just with the same trade, effectively. But obviously, you are losing a lot of models for them. But generally speaking, the game plan for the Heretic Astartes is to try to create a game state where they've traded 1-for-1 with their infantry units into the Necrons and can create a situation where they're just fighting their characters against sort of the dregs of the Necron army, and the Heretic Astartes army will typically win from that point on.
Yeah. Cool. So we have the pink one shooting everything into the Chosen.
Go for it.
For 10 shots with the Tesla. 2s. Reloading. For 20 hits.
420.
And 3s. For 15 wounds.
Ooh.
Those Tesla guns going ham.
Oh!
Kills 2 fully. So sergeant's at 1.
3 shots with the Gauss.
Oh yeah, the Gauss cannon.
Reloading. And 3s. AP 5 ups. AP 3 no cover.
2 5-ups. Nice. Dead.
Then we're gonna go over here. Gonna do blue.
Yep.
Shooting with the Tesla. On 2s. Reloading for 20 hits. And then 3s. For 15 wounds.
Oh, you're consistent, if anything.
Yeah. The one time it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, these guys that were just dead anyway.
Exactly.
2, 4, 6, 7 wounds. I think there's a wound guy in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see now.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, look,
Efficiency.
they died like I expected them to.
That's okay.
All of the Elon guns. Yeah, the Tesla cannons. Yeah, I guess the question is whether they fire, projected electrical energy, or just cars, just electric vehicles at their target. I don't actually know what the ammunition in the gun is, but to be expected. All of the Heretic Astartes in the front line died there. Now we can just replace those Chosen with a second Chosen unit. They're gonna go in and potentially kill the Locust Heavy Destroyer, but in order to steal that objective away, keep the primary objective score for Necrons relatively low. But again, that is going to be a significant trade down. Those Chosen units are about 145 points, excuse me, versus a 50-point Locust Heavy Destroyer is a pretty good trade for the Necrons, although they are going to be losing that primary score pretty quickly.
Where do you guys need to go? 17. But realistically, you have to clear the wall, which is super annoying. So you need to move 18 to clear the wall.
They shoot cyber trucks. Yeah, that's where the Cybertruck program went.
15.6.
At least their targets will be able to play The Witcher 3 on their onboard computer once they receive their Cybertruck being propelled at, relativistic velocities from the gun of this ancient Egyptian robot man.
20 inches of
That's rough. Well, these warp talons. They also need to. Well, yes, 7-inch charge to go kill that locust. Yeah, that probably makes sense. I think we just do that. Just heal some people. Even the Sky Falling Stars me a bunch, which is super annoying, but whatever. Yeah, I guess. Abby is not committing this turn, because that would just be dumb. So I will put wherever the hell my markers ended up going.
Oh, back in just a moment.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong, chat. Shooting literal trucks at people definitely does fit in the canon of 40k, absolutely. I did just put
Alrighty.
up another short today.
3 CP.
We did Centurions
Red
today,
dudes.
which is always a fun unit, being a little silly. So it looks like we are going to be maybe angling to send a Legionnaire squad onto that objective. The Legionnaires do have a lower damage output than the Chosen, but I think they're more valuable because they're objective secured. So you can create situations where they can steal objectives like they did in the last turn. But Necrons I think are pretty happy with these trades. They're going to continue to tick up their secondaries. They are getting killed a little bit on primary, but that's kind of the game plan. As long as they can bleed enough Heretic Astartes units that the Astartes stop being able to steal their objectives later on, they can get 2 12-point turns in rounds 4 and 5, especially because they have bottom round 5 scoring, and that can help them max their primary objective. They should get close to max on secondaries, just because of how Necrons are, and hopefully that will steam them to victory. Big downside of the game plan for Devin here is that he has taken Warp Ritual. I'm a little bit, in hindsight, I'm a little bit worried about that Rise to Glory secondary, because it only caps at 5 points a turn, which means that if he doesn't score any this turn, which looks unlikely, he's going to be capped at 13, and he is capped at 12 on Warp Ritual. So he's actually down 5 points on secondaries that are basically unrecoverable. Raise the Banner's High is only usually good for a 12 as well, which means he's down, probably in the realm of 10 points from maxing. So if he maxes primary, he's angling for somewhere around a 90, and Necrons can easily 100 the game if things go their way. So at that stage, we're taking more consistent secondaries, but also secondaries that can't cap out. And that makes things a little bit more awkward for Devin. Shooting Cyclops demolition vehicles out of a Stormlord. Oh, that is a good mental image, chat. I think we did have a big discussion in the off-topic section of the Discord about there was I think it's like an Israeli military vehicle that launched drones. It had like a little arm that launched like little rotor drones at one point. That was being marketed. It looks like a science fiction vehicle. It did not look like it actually worked in real life, but it's very similar energy. So it looks like the Demon Prince is going to be able to get in there in Warp Ritual range. We did get the Warp Ritual denied last turn, which is going to make things a little bit awkward. Exactly out. Yeah, it looks like exactly out of deny range, but within 6 inches of the center here.
Yeah, but it would just be. Yeah. I
Looking good, Devin. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a misposition from Max. He did move that Silent King backwards a little bit to prevent a charge, and that is going to allow the Demon Prince to try to grab that secondary without being interrupted. Lord Discordant committing this turn as well. At least we want to probably be able to use that Baleflamer to kill the Tomb Blades here. If we can do that without having to commit another melee unit, that would be good. Abaddon also could potentially move up and shoot them with his gun. One of the big benefits of, despite the fact that his gun isn't the most terrifying thing in the world, it's 4 shots, which is good. Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage. That's a fine profile. But you get to shoot it with potentially full rerolls if he chapter masters himself or shooting his warlord trait target, and without being shot back, which is pretty useful. One of the reasons that Morvenball is so strong is that because she can full reroll herself and can't be reciprocated on by enemy ranged attacks.
No, it goes off.
It does go off, doesn't it?
Goes off
Wimp-
like a 3 or something. It's
Wimp-
really
Yeah,
wow.
Vimp Battle on 3. Then again, it would be. You do have to see P. Where could he go? He could go further back. Curses. I'm gonna wait on warp time.
Wait on warp time?
I'm gonna wait on warp time. Yeah.
Well, shockingly, I'm going to spend the CP to cast warp time.
Yep.
Come on, you.
So the ritual
Don't screw up.
succeeds. What do we got on a warp
Oh.
time? An 11!
Ah. Well, it's only spell in range of a mouse, which was try to not. No, I'm not. Well,
Difficult
okay.
to prevent
That
for
didn't pay
Silent
off.
King.
Nope.
And that Demon Prince escapes to safety to Warp Ritual again another day. I do wonder if Silent King gets in a little bit of danger here. If he wants to push forward to threaten that 4+ deny on the third instance of Warp Ritual, which scores 5 points. If he's able to block the third Warp Ritual score, that might literally be a game. Because that is, again, I mean, we're already talking about how we're probably playing 10 secondary points down on Devin's side of the table. That would be another 5, and Devin would be capped at somewhere around an 85 or an 86, which Necrons should be able to easily overcome with their secondary scoring.
Probably.
Locust is T5.
Will you run on warp time here? What time zone are you in? Warp time zone.
Yeah, he'll cast it. He'll cast most of That also fails.
Some people, some places are in
Fucking
daylight
yellow.
time or standard time, and they
yellow
put their
cast
clocks forward or back, and warp time just measures it twice, I guess.
Fails because I think it's a 7.
Flubbing our cast at the master possession. Didn't want to kill any more of our chosen, it looks like.
Okie dokie.
We already stamped one to death last turn.
Balefire Tome guy will cast his stupid power. Of course. he
Oh my
does.
god, and we perils with
How many does the
the
unit
marine
take?
unit.
3,
Kills
so
the
this basically just
guy.
blows up.
Oh my god. Or kills one of the models. I don't believe that you have to
Take a
take the
wound.
Balefire Tome
Wonderful.
model.
Who wants
Because
+2
it's a
strength
multi-model sniper unit.
attacks? And
That sucks so hard. Oh boy.
the stupid champion's out of range. I'll just put on some random Warp Talon.
Yeah. It's also only 12-inch range. so
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. Then it will not go to random Warp Talon. It will go on the chosen champion then.
Simultaneity is and is not 11:42 a.m. Yeah.
Shooting phase.
It is. It is both daylight savings time and standard time at the same time.
Or not.
Let's see.
3s.
Mhm.
2 -2s.
6s. Nope. Crit Steve.
And the last one. 1 more -2.
Nope.
Nice, don't kill them.
Kills them all.
Kills them all. Good job, Disco Lord.
So Lord Discordant does clip out
Disco
the
Jerk. It's your new name.
Mhm.
unit in the middle there. Is he look outside right now?
Alrighty.
Chosen.
Okay. Charge phase, I guess. I think that's all my shooting, because Abaddon can't see crap, and nobody else has guns that can actually do anything with them. So yeah, let's make sure these homeboys can advance and charge, and we'll go ahead and declare on the 5-inch charge into the Locust.
Okay, so second time's a charm.
Get him,
charging after
you.
this objective. Can we
You
steal
got
it
him.
from the Necrons?
I think it was 6.
Here comes the charge.
6
Doesn't have to kill an Annihilation Barge this time, which is
2
much more
guys in there,
useful.
though. Perfect.
Tom Sawyer in chat. What's up, dude?
You have
How's it going?
thrones at T5. The champion is strength 5, 6, 7, 8 right now. 9 strength something stupid.
Yeah, so probably
excuse me,
looking
no, yeah,
for. So it looks like we can 2-inch engage through the wall here. So looking for an engage that doesn't put them in line of sight, which means Silent King may be forced to deal with them in melee. Well, not if you put that guy there. So I guess similarly, maybe trying to move block these models from coming, the vehicles from coming in. We do have Pylon Consolidate available, though, to be fair.
Please don't antimatter meteor my Disco Lord next turn.
Looking to block out the Transcendent Catan's closest visible
Cool.
powers.
Talons will charge.
If those Talons
the
charge
6
in
charge into the other
and
focus.
inside this building, which it looks like they will, we could use the same ability, the same tactic that we used last turn for Max, which is to block his own line of sight to the closest unit, to then direct that shot
guess I
into
can be able to hop the
the
wall.
character, which could happen again.
Maybe 2 of them. Wait a minute.
Actually, quite far out, yeah.
I want to be honest, chat. That Lord Discordance is definitely not character protector right now.
Oh crap, I need a 7. That's where I was screwing up on the math. Yeah, that's getting rerolled.
So looks like we have to reroll our charge here to get across the wall.
Come on,
again.
guys, don't screw this up.
Oh no!
Let's screw it up.
Oh no! They flub.
God damn it, more talents.
Warp Talons, CPU roll into a 3-inch charge. Do not make it onto Objective 5. So that objective is going to be held by the Necrons, and we are going to lose a Warp Talon unit for nothing. Big nothing. I'm pretty sure Silent King could just shoot shoot that Lord Discordant right now. It might be okay, though. He can minus some damage. It depends entirely on how the main ears convert. Although the Annihilation Barges actually should kill him pretty well.
Yeah, you're fine.
So,
Cool. No, just a locust. So we got,
Mistakes may have been made.
Attacks.
Don't call them idiots.
They are idiots. 3s.
You're gonna jinx it.
It also depends on whether or not Max sees that.
Get in the box. Oh my god, Dice Bin, what are you doing to me today? The 6 explodes. Goes around turn 3. 3s. That's a very dead locust storm.
Goodbye,
Yes,
Heavy
Yep.
Destroyer. Num. Oh, but these guys did have to push through the middle. But I guess if they're trying to block the mortal wounds, that's not the end of the world.
Cool.
We probably could have gotten Annihilation Barge shots around the side here, even if they tried to block their to get out of line of sight. But it does force the Necron army a little bit farther forward, so it gives you some better charges next turn.
I don't think there's anything else for me to do, is there? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
that is-
Okay. So, going to apply my will be done.
that Lord Discordant is definitely dead if it is shootable right now.
Nobody else is wounded.
A misplay, perchance. Devin did mention at the top of the game that he had never played this army before, so we're kind of in experimentation mode. And I will say, especially after coming off of playing, what is basically like an MSU Tyranid army with a lot of 6-model units, keeping your characters protected with small units is very difficult. It's much easier if you have huge bricks, but because you could just chain a dude out there and maintain the chain. But if you have these little 5 and 3 model units, it's very difficult. Especially if they're also trying to protect multiple characters.
Walk on over to here. Not an engagement range.
So you have the
Yeah.
characters in
And that just leaves it here.
sort of blocking each other's positioning to get character
Then-
protected. It can certainly happen.
I think we're just gonna go for the adventure.
That said, to be fair, Lord Discordants are extremely difficult to kill.
Hello.
We're gonna Veil of Darkness this guy? Hey! Oh, look at this, chat. I didn't even notice his positioning here. We may have messed up multiple lookouts or positionings here, because it looks like this Demon Prince is the farthest back model in this Heretic Astartes formation here. And if it is this, it will be targetable by the Annihilation Barge. Oh no, chat.
Just makes it
This is a great pickup for Max.
getting a visit. Like a very angry man. At that point, I think I might as well just go into this corner here. Okay. What's the distance here? Like a 10-inch shot.
Then you can't shoot that guy.
Let's just go here. Yeah, 22.6. And then we have 11 points up.
Yeah.
He would have to go a bit further back.
Shows you it's definitely gonna be closer.
10.9. 10.2. Hey. That is strange. Where do I get you?
Yeah, exclamation point replay chat gets you to the replay channel with all the VODs.
So, question is how far
It
can I
usually
go
it's
from, the disco?
it'll take about 1 to 2 weeks for me to get the VODs up there.
12.3. Let's see here. 12 from here. 12 to here. Okay, so we'll be equidistant to these two. Okay, so we can do this.
I've been a little bit slow on
And
the
then
uptake
just
previously,
get you.
or in the last
You
couple weeks.
wants
but
to be.
I took kind of a week
to the
off a
Demon
while ago.
Prince.
So yeah, here comes the Annihilation Barge,
Alright.
dropping in the back
And
corner
then
here
Now will be done token over here.
to try to clip out that Demon Prince. He's a monster, so he does better from cover. So being just in a 3+ armor save means that he is gonna eat some Tesla shots. Which could be bad for him.
Over here with him.
Big yikes here, chat.
Mission action. I'm going to.
Yeah, if the Demon Prince dies, things are going to get really awkward because we then have to commit the Master of Possession to score our last Warp Ritual, and that gets really awkward for Devin. Yeah, that was a bit of a miscalculation there, forgetting about the Veil of Darkness. Definitely one of the strangest outcomes of Necron vehicles getting the core keyword is that their vehicles then get targetable by abilities like Veil of Darkness, which is, it's just weird. It's just super strange. If you're used to getting veiled by, you know, big bricks from Necron Warriors or Scorpic Destroyers or Locusts or something like that, it's, you know, it's one thing. But once you get hit with the Veil of Darkness coming off of, like, you know, an Annihilation Barge or a Doom Scythe or the Silent King himself, you're just like, what is happening right now? Any core unit. Wild time.
Within 9, I think he might reach there. I'm just going to get this Annihilation Barge to be over here.
Yeah, Chad, I apologize for the,
And
for
we're
the
going to
lack of
start the
replays.
action machineries. See whether we can actually fulfill it. I think this
Oh,
makes
see if you have to break it to shoot me.
exactly, yeah. You have a wounded guy here.
I do have a wounded guy there.
Right, then we do have the plasma site. He wants to finally get in a good spot. What could
Yeah, I think it's I mean, it's probably a faction familiarity thing, right, Chad? I imagine if Devin was playing Thousand Suns, which is a faction that he has, you know, probably hundreds of reps in, he would not be making like small positioning errors. But given the fact that this is a new faction for him and a new army, you think that 40k is like, you know, the mechanics are basically the same across every army, except that like the composition of your units and where they need to be positioned within your deployment zone, and you know, the relative ranges of your characters' abilities depending on each other makes each army actually operate in very crucially different ways, which can be messed up pretty easily. So I basically just spent an entire week complaining about how I couldn't play Tau because I was bad at switching factions. So you know, I think we could give Devin a pass for having a relatively similar experience.
I think we'll just have to get.
I do appreciate that Devin, I mean, he's keeping it relatively competitive on secondaries. I'm a little bit worried about that Rise to Glory pick. I think that might get cut pretty hard pretty soon. But Devin's making it a competitive game. It just depends on how much dies here. I'm not sure that I'm actually not sure that Max sees the open shot onto the Lord Discordant. He actually may just
yeah, so you would need a 4 and then a 6, or a 6 and then a 4. I think we could.
I think, yeah, he actually may just like sort of assume that he's protected by the single Warp Talon that's standing there and take the shots into the Warp Talons in the middle.
Just so that you don't need to run that risk right now.
It's also like, I mean, it's kind of dangerous, right? So Devin has a CP open, so he could -1 damage the Discordant if he got shot at. He's into a 5+ invulnerable save and a 2+ save with Armor of Contempt. So the Annihilation Barges may mostly get blanked. He saves on 4s against the Gauss Cannon and can reduce damage by 1, and reduces a lot of the damage on Silent King. Plus, the Menhirs have a chance of getting blocked. So you need to convert like 2 Menhir attacks and 4 additional, or 1 Menhir attack and 4 additional attacks, or 2 Menhir attacks, and into a 5+ invulnerable save that just gets a little bit scary. Not to mention the fact that Silent King's regular attacks only shoot 24 inches, so he would have to move into Abaddon's threat range to actually engage the Lord Discordant, and I don't think that Max is willing to do that right now. So even if he sees that the Lord Discordant is open, it may literally not be in his best interest to take that attack. It's kind of a gamble. It's not, I mean, it's very likely that he kills it, but it's kind of a gamble, and he has to give Abaddon the opportunity to capitalize and kill him. Because Abaddon will absolutely kill Silent King if he touches him. Silent King will fight first. I mean, Silent King could potentially 6 him with an Overwatch and then a fight first and a clip for 3, but then he just dies. And you lose all your rerolls, you lose your command protocol control, you lose your big late game beater, and then Abaddon's in the middle of your army.
Then a 12?
Yep, you do. Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I definitely think that Necrons are not in a bad spot
Yes,
for sure, Chad.
for one more.
If they kill the Demon Prince too, I think it's gonna be brutal.
Oh, what's
Yep.
your protocol this turn?
Oh, sorry, protocol is everyone reaches 2 wounds.
Okay.
And it just only discover wounded. Right. Let's do the Annihilation Barge here.
All right.
Going to shoot into the Demon Prince.
Moment of truth, chat. Can we clip a damage of this Demon Prince with an entire Annihilation Barge with +1 to hit? Survey says
Zeus. Okay.
Tesla
And
getting no
wounded
explosions.
For
Oh, that's a
some
big
reason.
wound roll though.
On my 3-up armor.
Are we gonna slow roll this entire thing? No, we're just gonna roll it up. Let's do it. Oh, 1 failure! No! Not like this.
Yes. Lovely. The Gauss Cannon.
Yep.
Zeus. And then gonna roll first one.
Oh, but it was blocked by his
Nope. Second
regeneration, it
one.
looks like.
Yes.
Yes. 4 Vulcan shooting.
4+ invuln.
Good.
Saves it.
I will spend a CP to make the last one auto wound.
Yeah, makes sense. 4 Vulcan shooting.
We're gonna auto wound our last Gauss Cannon.
Do I spend a
Save
CP on
is
this?
not good.
Roll
Could
a
CP
save.
reroll it on Devin's side to
That means
keep
I
that guy
don't
alive.
Need to actually.
We gotta get our last warp ritual, buddy.
Oh shit, he revives. I got that.
Yeah, he revives. I'm just wondering if I want to spend the revive right now, or if I just want to reroll the save.
Yeah,
no,
he
I
does
actually
have
need to. Yeah, it's
the regeneration.
He's dead. Temporarily. He'll come back at the end of the phase, maybe.
Maybe Plasmancer shooting into
Oh, yeah,
the
he's not the Plasmancer too. Forgot about him.
other guys. So D3 shots for 2.
So Demon Prince does go down. His relic will trigger
this
though.
is-
Or not. Okay. But I made that 4 ball.
Well, Good stuff all around. Good stuff. Okay. Shooting stuff the one guy here. Gonna Annihilation Barge into.
It is a little awkward though, I think, right now, right? Because we did put the Annihilation Barge in a position where it's difficult to get hit by the Lord Discordant. The Demon Prince could go and try to kill it, which is, you know,
Only 8 wounds.
likely but not automatic. But that means that he doesn't push for a Warp Ritual. And as we saw before, the regular infantry aren't very good at killing Annihilation Barges. So even though the Demon Prince won't die in real life, he'll die momentarily. There's not an easy way to counterattack this Annihilation Barge, and he may just get the opportunity again next turn.
Oh yeah, he's done one.
Okay. The Locusts have a destroyer shooting into the Chosen.
It
three.
is
Reloading. And only 2. 1 wound, AP 4.
AP4, so 6. Oh, get in the stupid box, you.
the Warlord trait. I
Kill
believe,
them.
chat.
It's 3d3
One
damage.
more. Right. So
Yeah, so it's the Creations of Bile Warlord trait on
What
a
else do you
2
have here?
plus. you once you're
Sounds
destroyed
like
on a 2+, you
Conquer was
regenerate
planned.
with D3 remaining.
Yeah, I think we'll have to break the action here. In order to shoot over there.
So it could fail,
Yeah,
to
go
be
for it.
fair. And if it fails, that's super bad.
So 10 shots with the Chancellor.
This one's sitting on 3s though, right?
This one is hitting on the 3s, yeah. Chancellor. 3s, rerolling. 14. And on 3s. For 10 wounds. And
3s.
one more.
Kills that guy.
And then we have 3 shots with the
Gauss cannon.
Yes, thank you. Reloading. And
So
then
the
3s.
chosen unit on
Oh,
objective
just the 1 wound
4
and a 5 up.
Oh, he might live. Come on, buddy.
getting railed a little bit.
Oh, damage.
Gauss cannon shot goes through. We do have to roll a
Damage
3 on the
is-
D3 here.
Oh,
Oh, it's only
just
1.
Ah, he's not dead.
Deceiver
It
is the
is-
only other model on that
It's
objective,
not that.
which means that the objective is currently contested because the Deceiver is not objective secured. He's not part of the dynasty. We may see a charge at this Annihilation Bar just to get OBSEC onto that objective, which is a little bit awkward. You don't really want to have that happen, but better than losing the objective for sure.
Silent King shoots everything into the challenge.
Give your if we give Devin a 12-point primary this early,
So-
similarly
Menhirs
could
and the
spell
stab together. They're all the same
could
thing.
spell
Yep.
the end.
Hit and wound on
Alright.
2s.
So 2 with the King. 2s. Yeah, 2 5-ups.
2 power involves in the Menhirs.
Mhm.
In the box. 1 dead so far. Staff.
Scepter. Rolling FK. Just the 1.
Okay.
Mhm.
2 dead so far.
Here's 1 more. Then stop. 2s. Rerolling. Stop it with the 1s. And on. Yeah, there's only 4 wounds on a 4-up.
Only 4 on a 4-up. Well, maybe they don't die.
Yeah.
Maybe they get a second kick at the can here. Come on, Warp Talents. Yay, don't even lose a guy.
Well, yeah.
Huh.
That teleport is kind of. Unless the Demon Prince dies, in which case it would all be worth it. But I think I just threw it here.
At the end of your shooting phase?
That is the end of my shooting phase because I have nothing left to shoot.
All right, the
Moment
of
regeneration
truth.
roll. Here we go,
Ignorance.
chat. Drum roll, please.
Yeah, wait. Except for. Do I want to? It doesn't really matter for him, but he's over there. Then again, you could actually take the wounds off him.
It's definitely very possible with him.
Yep. So I'm gonna cancel the action here. Shoot into that that guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
3s.
That's a
And,
hit.
2, 1, 6 up.
The 1/6 up save to rule them all. Now he's dead.
Oh! Could you imagine if Devin had rolled that for his regeneration, chat? That's
That
hilarious.
could have been a dead Demon Prince.
All right, here's the
Beautiful.
regeneration
so
roll.
it's
We
the
need a
end of your
2+ here, chat. Do we
Yep.
roll a second one
Alright,
in
buddy.
a row?
Come on.
No. He's
Nah.
fine.
Back with how many wounds?
He comes back to life.
3. Oh, look at you.
Max wounds as well.
Yeah, cool.
Alright.
Forget about that.
Yeah, I still think that was the play, though. To be fair, it means that regeneration gets cut out, and the annihilation barge is. I mean, we're at a stage in the game where Devin moving models backwards is just good for Max because there's a non-zero chance that they won't be able to make it back into the fight at that stage. And if the Demon Prince turns around to kill that vehicle, then it's not completing its warp ritual. Which means that, either the Master Possession goes for it, in which case you don't get any of the support powers that he offers, or you just don't Warp Patrol that turn, which is obviously good for you, especially since Silent King's kind of probably going to start pushing this turn. The real shocker here is that the Warp Talons didn't go down, so we actually do have, not that I think they can kill both of the models in this objective, but they can, potentially start clipping out the some additional objectives secured for Max. All right, so how do we deal with this Annihilation Barge, chat? What is the game plan here? We do have the Chosen unit over here. They did lose a model to the Sacrificial Dagger earlier, so there's only 4 Chosen. We could pack to flesh one back maybe, but it's a little bit dicey to kill an Annihilation Barge. 5 Chosen couldn't do it previously, so 4 probably has no chance. We could try to kill it with the Demon Prince, but that Transhuman's going to come into play. I think we'd like to do it with the Lord Discordant because it gets all the benefits against vehicles, but that charge looks a little bit long.
So
This game's been kind of sick, chat.
Change.
A couple minor misplays made by both players, but for the most part,
20 and change. Bring it
very
back to
competitive
life.
so far.
Plus the advance. Yeah, it should be doable. Just throw 2 things in there. Kill the Annihilation Barge and kill the Locust Destroyer. I think that makes... You have 5 of Overwatch, you said?
Yep.
That's a problem. I just put the Marines in you. That might actually make more sense. It's more guaranteed. That is the Prescience unit, though, which is annoying.
Yeah, I'd fall back and shoot for my the other protocol.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm?
I'm just saying what I want to use to flip this objective. I think I can just kill you with Chosen if I want to throw Marines into you to just guarantee it. As they'll get on the objective and they'll just out-obsec you, because you have 2 and I'll put 5 on there. And the Warp Towns will kill the Locust. Or kill the Annihilation Barge. What does this champion have? He has the Tainted Chain Axe. It's only strength 6 at least. It's not bad. Yeah. Yeah, let's do things. Abby could just come out. Could just start shooting a Catan in the face. Although, that is tempting. Do I just go kill a Catan this turn? That requires too many things to happen. I need to smite you for 3, and I need to shoot you, and then I need to charge you. Too much effort. No, it's not worth it. Yeah, Abaddon will put his rerolls on himself, I guess. Nobody else from here is going to jump you this at this point in the game. So he'll just put his rerolls on himself. Princey will put his always reroll ones onto... I don't trust Chosen to kill an Annihilation Barge, to be quite honest, so I'll just put it on the Marines. Because you're not going to be able to get obstacle over there next turn. Yeah, I'll just put it on the Marines. And that's the end of my command phase stuff. I'm not going to use Spider always sees you, whatever the hell it's called. Demon Prince will just come over here, 13 inches. Just wants to smite the barge and then charge both of them. 5 up Overwatch is something of a nuisance.
So we are going to be sending the Demon Prince over
That should be fine.
to deal with the Annihilation Barge. If he can get a charge onto the Plasmancer and kill both of these models, which again feels a little unlikely, he can max his, or he can score 4 on Rise to Glory, which is a pretty big swing. Those, unlike the Warp Ritual, those are points that you are not getting back otherwise. We also have to make sure that, as much as I think that means that we probably don't see the Master Possession move forward and try to Warp Ritual for the final time, we could potentially give Max the opportunity to move Silent King up to a 4+ tonight to prevent that Warp Ritual on the final turn to lock those 5 points out, which again could be an unrecoverable deficit for Heretic Astartes. That said, I think there is a trade-off there, because if it allows Abaddon to get into range of the Silent King, Abaddon, like we said before, will probably just kill him, and that will max our Rise to Glory anyway.
Just put 3 inches out on the blue Satan, please.
Yep.
Just want to make sure there's a place for me to go that does not involve me getting heroic on. Yeah, they'll just hang out here. Just stay 2 inches away from you because they have to. Stupid incoherency. There we go. Yellow Marines will advance. Come on, big number, you. It's probably okay. That'll have to be. They move 9. So we'll move 9. I just want to see if I should reroll this.
Okay. Oops.
They'll move 9. I'll put a guy back. That makes it... Probably if I do this, like a 10 even. Yeah, so they're fishing for an 8, probably.
From the going from the shadow,
Yeah.
yeah,
Something
it's
like
a
that.
bit of a 10.
Yeah, it's annoying. I could just go for the Catan. 5 attacks is sketch, though. It's a bit over 10. Okay. Or I put him over here. And go for that bullshit. Or I could just not this turn. That makes probably more sense. So this guy is still dead. I don't really want to do that right now. They'll just stay there. Blue will try and advance though. Maybe they can get a bigger number. Oh, they're good. Hey, they got it. Hey, they go 12. Now we get to play the game of, can these guys kill Annihilation Barge? Well, they're gonna try their hardest. Stay within range of the mop. That's good. You're not in any danger of charging me. He's doing his thing. Mop will put +1 strength on people. Alrighty. This teal little warp talon who lived through the plane on turn 1 will advance. He's just gonna go contest this. Abaddon is gonna come do things momentarily. He's gonna, I think, gonna have to hop the wall to get within range of this thing. So he just wants to be just within 24 of the barge. He can actually be back about an inch. He'll just go hug the wall. And I'll just put Marines up here in the corner. These more talons, I think they're just good to chill. They don't really need to come out at this point. Disco Lord. She will stick a ring there. Disco Lord seems to be within 18 of you.
Hello everyone, Glass Half.
Alrighty, Psychic, I guess? Let's do the important stuff. The mop is going to try and resurrect a chosen. Does he want to stab a Marine in the face? Not really. Just no perils, please.
Nope.
Goes off.
You're fine.
We good. And then he is going to cast +1 strength. Toughness. That goes off. Prince doesn't need it because he wounds you on whatever anyway. I'll put it on the Warp Talons so it can be strength 6.
Do you want to resurrect the model?
Oh, yeah, I should probably do that too. That would be helpful. I feel like that is something I want to do, given what I'm trying to do. If I put him here, I think I'll just shove him over a little bit like this, just so he's within 2 of this guy.
So second use of that Pact of Flash to extend the threat range on these chosen unit. Gonna hope that the chosen with the advancing
7 over here.
charge
Oh yeah, there's a 7 there. I'll just move over. Just move him over a little bit more so that he can be
alongside the 3 warp talons can clip out these 2 units. It's gonna be a little dicey, but I think we can do it.
8 and perfect, awesome. So they're good. He's done casting. They have their thing.
That would cut Max down to a 0-point primary because of this little hero over here. He's contesting objective 4. And really put Devin solidly in the lead.
Yep, so no diabolic this turn. Prince will just smite the Annihilation Barge because he's nothing else to do.
Does feel like Max has been playing really cagey with his Annihilation Barges so far. And I think potentially, you know, maybe too cagey, to be fair. It is a little bit awkward because once these Heretic Astartes units with extended engagement get on the objective, it's difficult to fall back and remain on the objective without engaging them. So you may be forced to move the Annihilation Barges off the objective after they charge, but I think I would rather see an Annihilation Barge get charged twice and killed than falling back and not scoring any points.
I do not want to Quantum Shield here. I want to save my CP.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hmm?
So, boop, how many shots do I get? 5. Winning on 4s.
Mm-hmm.
3 involves.
Takes 4.
So you're down to 4 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big swing on the Annihilation Barge in the top there. Makes it much easier
That
for the
is
Doom Prince to
sketchy
kill.
as fuck with Abaddon, so he's just going to shoot the Catan.
Yeah.
Because he has literally nothing else worth doing.
Mm-hmm.
2s, all hit with an explode. 5s. Try again, because the rolls are on himself. 3 involves on the Catan. Take 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
They advance so they can't shoot. Mob doesn't have a gun that does anything. Nobody else has guns. Alright, I'll charge you.
Okay.
Warp Talons will charge the Annihilation Barge.
Okay.
And I'll just declare them both.
Mhm.
Are you gonna Overwatch or no?
I'm not.
Didn't think so. They're in.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just want to stay outside range of the Demon Prince.
The Catan.
Or not the Demon Prince, the Catan.
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy, yeah. I get it.
That jerk face.
Max,
He's very
you're like,
rude.
Demon Princes or your unit? What are you talking about?
Chosen will go into both because I can just park a guy there and be within 2.
Mhm.
I think it was 7s. So 6-inch charge. I'll spend the CP so they can actually legally charge you.
That would be helpful.
That would be helpful.
Mhm.
10 will do it.
Technically.
And the all-important Mr. Demon Prince. He's gonna go try and kill both these people.
Well, I'm gonna try to kill you first.
I'm sure you will.
Let's see if I get lucky this time. Come on. Okay.
Alright, going for an Overwatch here.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Hold on, 3s. 6.
Ooh,
3 up.
6
Six
saves
plus,
on Demon Prince's armor save. 1 CP in the bank here for Devin. But he does have to fail 3 of these.
He has 3 ones left. I'll do these 2 at a time. 3 at a time because I can fail all
to get
3 of them and
Harry.
not care.
2
takes
go
1
through
wound.
immediately. Oh no, chat, not like this. Now we have to slow roll the Tesla, and he immediately
Prince man?
fails.
Can you stop failing 3 ups, please?
Nope.
Oh my god. CP reroll that failure. It's
Yeah.
excited.
That's fine. It's fine. He's gonna fail this one. It's all good. No, he's good. He's good.
Oh,
Good job, Demon.
Stays on 1.
Oh, wait. Gauss.
Oh right, you have that other gun.
2.
2
Oh,
hits
that's not
from
what
the
I
Gauss
like.
cannon.
How many CP do you have?
This is
I
all
have
from
2. Can I
Eternal
roll the first
Guardian
one?
Protocol, so these models can all set to defense.
That's
this
one
turn.
wound.
1 goes
Oh,
through
boy.
on the 4+ invulnerable save. Drum roll, please, and he
Okay.
fails it!
Oh no, he's not dead. Oh no, he is dead. He took 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tesla cannon. How the hell did that happen? How did I fail so many 3 ups?
No. Oh, chat! That just turned this game on its absolute head. So not only do we get cut on our Rise to Glory points, because we could have gotten a potential 4 points there, that also obviously lets the Annihilation Barge operate this coming turn, and prevents us from getting an easy Warp Ritual in the last turn. If the Demon Prince had gone in, killed both his models, and so been able to use its pilot and consolidate to get back to here, then push up into the center and warp time away on the final turn, or not even warp time away, who cares at that point, then that would have been, that was certainly Devin's game plan. Now he has to commit the Master of Possession in order to do it in the last turn, which means he gets none of those additional buffs. Oh, that's so bad, chat. And our Rise to Glory remains at 3 victory points, a max of 8. That's going to be difficult for Devin to come back from, but he does have such a dominance of the primary objective that it may not matter. We'll have to see. Dude, this game is sick, by the way. This has been a very close game.
$16 on 3s.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
1 explode.
Yeah.
Looking for 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Rerolling. It's gonna be you. 9 saves. You.
Takes 5.
It's
Lovely.
fine.
23.
Assuming you're not interrupting.
No. Don't have CP.
Oh, yeah, the CP. You have 4 attacks. This thing has 4 wounds. I'm not rolling jack.
So I think a little bit awkwardly here.
2 of them will hit the locust. The other 3 will
Oh, it
hit
looks like we
the
stayed out of
Annihilation
the
Barge.
Okay.
Transcendent Caton's melee range, so that's not
So
the end
that'll
of the world.
be 7 attacks into the locust.
So need
No,
to
8
kill
attacks on the
both of
locust.
these units on objective 5 for
No, 9
Error
attacks
to
into the
cut,
locust. How am I thinking?
or for Devin to cut Max's
So champion goes in
primary
okay.
down to 0.
Yeah. 2s.
Yeah.
One extra hit. And
He's just dead.
he's exceptionally dead.
So
And
there
then
goes the
12 attacks
Destroyer.
into the barge.
What do we get on the
Nice.
barge?
On, get him, get
An
him.
exploding barge could be kind of awkward here. 'cause it
Oh
kills the
boy, that's
sponsors.
what I like to see.
Look at that exploding hits from Wanted
I have
Destruction.
Tesla too.
Oh my god.
Okay.
10 impulse.
Let's see.
Oh,
Takes
you're dead. Okay.
that. Yep. Oh, well, that went exactly according to plan.
Well, alright.
You're,
Not all coming up, Devin, but
I'll just move them in
not
such
the
a way
end of
that
the
there's
world
no
for
way in hell
him.
your plasma sight can try and steal the objective from me.
I don't need a plasma sight to steal it. Well, I mean, I kind of do, but that's beside the point.
Going forward, I'll come over here and be 3.
What a roller coaster ride of a turn this was for Devin. So he's cleared off objective 5, knocked Max down to a 0-point primary, but lost his Demon Prince, which is a big tool. Max down 14 currently, and doesn't have he does have the opportunity now, I believe, to contest objective 2. Because there's only a single Marine on it. And in fact, that Marine is actually wounded. So if this Legionnaire squad takes any damage, that Marine dies, and we don't even have to worry about holding that objective anymore. So I think that...
You want to stab a Warp Talon in the face?
Yeah, so,
Did we allow this Plasma Sight to combat activate right now? I don't think... Yeah, there's no way it can get to the objective, so that should be fine. So... Max getting zeroed, but an easy opportunity here for Max to cut Devin down to a 4-point primary. So it's looking likely that Devin will end up with
just not that far that he does.
28-34 on primary. Max is at 4 and could get a 12. So or Max at 8, excuse me, could get a 12. So he could get 23. So he'd be down 11 on primary. But the big benefit here for Necrons, obviously, is secondary objectives. I think we could see this Banner get broken by Max this turn, which will break it until the last turn of the game. If this Annihilation Barge elects to push over and contest that objective or control that objective from the Marines, if it shoots them. I think that does give up some points on Rise to Glory. Assuming that Max doesn't give Abaddon anything to do, the Lord Discordant and Hellstalker should get 2 points on Rise to Glory, so that should put him on 5. Potentially another 2 from the Plasmancer, so he should get 7 on Rise to Glory, I think. If the Warp Ritual goes off in the final turn, it goes up to a 12. And then if the Banner gets broken, Devin will score 1 more Banner point, and then can potentially Banner 3 objectives to score 3 more in the final turn, so he would get 10. So that would be 20 to 29 primary. Plus, we talked about him getting 34. Or 29 secondary, excuse me, plus 34. So 63, 73. Versus Max here, who's looking at getting another 12 on primary. It's likely that he kills the stuff that is in his table half, so he'll get another 3 on Purge, so he'll push to 9 Purge. He might have a tough time if Abaddon gets to his table half, so we can assume that he maybe just gets 9 or 10, or he maybe just gets 12 or 14. Treasures of Aeons is kind of getting cut really hard, though. He's running out of units to hold a center objective, so he may be cut on Treasures, which would suck. But I think he may be also be able to perform his last Ancient Machinery.
So, yeah, no, yes.
So I do think Devin's actually in the driver's seat right now.
No, that's good.
Devin looking at a 70.
Last 3 rounds.
What do we say? 73.
Yeah.
But Max is only looking at being able to get another
3-3, and then 2 last turns. He didn't get
15
Oh, right, yeah, sorry.
because he didn't kill the.
points. So somewhere around the 60s.
Absolutely. So, I think he was simply wants to be over here and then just hope you don't die. Which is very unlikely, but you never know.
I wonder if this
you never
Annihilation
know.
Barge actually just can it perform the ancient machinery as its objective? I don't know if that's a machinery objective.
We have this. Well, just does not quite get.
Is that just infantry that can perform that action?
I don't think I can afford. So we will simply have to get this plasma site to over here. Here. 24. Here. Hit this over here. We do not have a whole lot of shooting here. Just going to get. Can't even see anyone. Not like this.
Oh, he has to
Should be
control
fine
the
over
objective,
here.
unfortunately, at the end of the movement phase. So he will not do that.
So
unable to perform the
still
secondary,
needs
but
to
if he
be
kills that
charged.
one
No, you
marine,
don't.
he does
Okay.
control that
Then again,
for
it's
treasures of Aeon.
just need to kill you here. Next turn, probably get 12.
Assuming that's the treasures of Aeon objective, I can't
do this
tell.
Here, can't do it there, but I should be able to do this then. So. Like Disco Lord, does it matter? I think so. So he will simply. Can I get here? With him and Abby? That's the question. So if a really quick check for Catan. No, there's nothing valuable enough. I mean, I could go here. Could charge that. That helped me in this case.
I will just kill the Catan next turn.
Yep.
Because I'm basically guaranteed to do 3 wounds to you.
Yep.
Then I
is
can
true.
shoot you with Abaddon, which will do 2, or smite you and then charge you with character. And
That is a problem here. We'll just have to go with that, I think. So, this guy had to kill you. The king would have to do that. Then we just have the deceiver over on his side. We've done this, we have done this. If everything goes according to plan, we should be able to do this one. In case I can't do that. Yep, you cannot quite get over there, sadly. So you will have to have the guy, I guess. You'll be over here. So why is the plasma side over here? Doesn't need to be. It can simply be right over here, and the plasma. This guy will just be over here.
Okay.
And then we will get the king to just move on over here, which leaves you 24.6, 5 away. You can just be here. And then
Abaddon just wants to come party with you.
you two will be over here.
Yeah, staying 25 away from Abaddon, incredibly important right now, because that is his maximum threat
Do you
range.
control? I mean, I'm contesting that one.
With
so
a
you
cheeky advance and charge and a bunch of sixes.
one. Assuming these don't die. If you kill him, yeah, then won't you getting Rise to Glory, if I'm honest? So, for this lad here, we can just be around here. So, we will get him to just fly over here.
Okay.
And, I mean, you will get the Rise to Glory over there anyway. if I... Oh, just want to get the Catan to go. Oh, can he even? That is a good question. Can he even? I mean, if I control one objective, I deny the hold more anyway, assuming I kill that one. So I think we're fine just keeping him here. Actually, you know what? The disco kind of has to go over there for the easy pickings. This guy just heals back. And Abaddon, 21 there. Oh, and he heals a wound, going back up to 8. Should do this in a command phase like a proper human being. Right, well.
That's alright.
Ah, well. It's always so hard to keep track of everyone.
I was just playing a week of everybody getting take backs, so it's cool. Don't worry about it.
I think I just want to give myself the option here. You would have the you could get the smarts. It's only average shooting, but you only need to do the 1 wound there. Good question. I think this one just needs to be a bit closer to you here. Just makes it a risk. Here we are. Yeah, I think we just want to go into these people. Just to have the option. So probably just leave you alive. Yeah. So just stay the inches here away from you, and that should be fine. Then we just have the question of Eddie, who does want to survive. There's not a whole lot here to do for him, because we can just go over here. Do the Thunderbolt. Yeah, do the Thunderbolt. Get over here.
So I think we're assuming that we'll have enough firepower to dedicate an attack to kill that Warp Talon.
You still enough to clear the wall.
The awkward part.
And okay. Let's do the Plasmancer.
Here is whether the if that Warp Talon doesn't die, we could donate an 8 or 12 point primary to Devin, which would be very difficult to overcome. But there's the Plasmancer activating, clips a Legionnaire out of the Marines there, and I actually wonder. Oh my God, chat, this could be really bad. If the Annihilation Barge shoots into this this unit right here and clips them out, or enough of them that they don't really threaten it, he could engage the Master of Possession, and if the Master of Possession is engaged, he cannot then go to complete the Warp Ritual because he can't fall back and cast spells. So that if that happens, now that that's the only Psyker in Devin's army, we could actually see him cut Devin down to a 5 on or a 7 on Warp Ritual. Cut that last 5. We'll see if Max sees that line of play. I imagine that he does. We're not going for the kill there. We're just hoping that the Annihilation Barge forces people to stand there and for as long as possible.
3 mortals.
So that will kill this idiot. And I'll put the Balefire Tome on.
Yeah, that should do it. That's the
Marines? Yes. For
Sky of Falling Stars going down and clipping the 3 model unit. That's wild.
Yeah, down to 4. So no.
Okay. No, okay.
Yep. Nope. Just by 1. Wait, 3 models on the Warp Talons.
Oh yes, of course. Oh. Champions over there, so I'll kill these 2.
Okay. So this one. Okay.
I guess what we don't want to have happen, right? We have to kill these models because what we don't want to have happen is OBSEC allowed to get on that objective.
It's a hit.
From the Heretic Astartes, because we want to be scoring that for
and 2 damage.
treasures.
-3 and 2 damage, so 4 up, I guess.
Yep.
Come on, little buddy. Yeah.
He does it. Local Server Destroyer shooting into the Warp Talon. The one surviving guy over on the other objective.
Yeah, have to kill that Warp Talon. Oh!
Nope.
Fails it.
Okay. Let's do.
This is what I was a little bit worried about.
Gonna
when we
put
moved
the
out that
Gauss
objective.
cannon into the
It
swamp
keeps the
tunnel,
Deceiver alive, but
and
at what
the
cost?
Tesla goes into the Chosen. 1
What?
CP, remove cover from them.
Okay.
So 3 shots with the Gauss, hitting on 2s, reloading, wounding on 3s. Just 1 wound on a 4 up.
5 up.
Uh,
no.
minus, minus
you-
3.
Oh, you're B3. Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Damage.
Shot goes through.
Damage, just 2.
He's dead.
Yeah, the Gauss cannon
And
finally
then
kills
the-
that warp talon.
the-
That was scary. That was a little
the
scary,
Tesla.
chat. Firing everything else into the Chosen.
And then 3s. Oh, 11.
11. 3 ups. 4 wounds. Is there anybody in here hurt? Nope. So I'll kill. It doesn't really matter. I don't think they're going to be alive for much longer, to be quite honest with you.
The king.
Yeah,
Shooting
what's
everything into you.
You're up,
Maybe
Silent.
maybe I can do better this time.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see. So 3 shots with the scepter, and wounding on 2s. 2 at minus 3, no cover, so 5 ups.
2 5 ups.
Here's the
Kills the
wounded
wounded
guy.
one.
2 man heals. 2s.
Yay, mine here's.
This is getting insane. What
Every
why,
time,
why are you refusing to work, man? Why are you
every time
refusing?
Menhirs do that, it's hilarious.
And then on 3s. Only 4 4-ups.
Only 4 ups.
This is last turn all over again.
Yeah, I guess he's not dead. Good job, Chosen.
Well, I mean, I guess done something.
Guess you have to charge me.
I guess I'll have to charge you, sir. Which is what I'm gonna do. Charge your king into both.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything about that.
You know what? Actually, we're gonna quickly do deep start.
Yeah, so having to engage these guys in melee, as we've seen before, or as we've talked about before, although it hasn't mattered quite yet, is a little scary because they do get to fight on death, so they are all automatically going to be able to swing back at the Necrons.
2 here. Okay. Then we have the king going into both.
Yep.
So. An 8 would do.
And they're all just gonna set to defend.
Yeah, of course. Cool. So you both had lost. What is
I have the CP to interrupt you anyway.
yeah, but just in case, you know, just in case.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Who's going first? Who's going first?
Well, honestly, just because he wants to do something this game, Alex is gonna start.
You're up, Alex.
There you go, buddy. On 2s and on 3s. 4 wounds AP4.
So 6s.
Good swing from the Transcendent
4
Catan.
go through.
Well, so the first one kills the wounded guy.
Yep.
Next one.
Let's roll some 3-ups
next
now.
one, so
Kills
kills.
them, and then
Kills.
kills. They're all dead.
All right. well,
Alrighty, these friends have some decisions to make.
that was easy.
They're going to stab the Catan in the face.
Okay.
I guess. Unless. No. Is that what I'll need? 22. I could just kill Cesarik, but I'm not going to do anything to him. And yeah, that makes you sweat with him. Yeah, I'll put them all into the Catan. So that's going to be 6, 10, 14 attacks. On 2s. The 6 explodes the 1 out, and then on 3s.
Yeah, strength 8.
Actually, that's a good question. What is their strength right now?
I think there should be 7.
4
corn?
cob, 5, 6 corn, 7 with the accursed weapon. So sorry, 4 to wound you.
Yeah, gotcha. On 4s. Yeah.
Oof.
Sure through.
Hits the face cap.
Sure.
That's easy.
Why not?
And then they're
Off you go. Oh, sorry, yeah, pardon, and then he will just consolidate further over to right here.
Yep.
You know what? Just gonna go right here.
So, if you want to pick up this warp town?
Sure. I think the king will do the job this time.
Oh, I hope so. If that warp town lives, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Yeah, you know what? The king has done worse this game, so 6 attacks with the
You're rolling
scepter, 6 hits, yeah.
Points.
Use 6 5-ups.
That's fine. I did this to a Finnish guy a few days ago with a chaos spawn. I did not repeat that. He was very upset. He's just gonna hit Stalking.
Yeah.
So that's the champion, so he has 6 attacks. That's on 2, this guy's set to defend.
Mhm.
2 explodes, wounding him on 5s. Trying again because of lightning claws. The 5
Could clip a
involves.
minier there.
Just kill him in here, please.
Oh, so close!
Almost killed him.
Oh, brilliant.
He's dead.
All right.
It's gonna be. It's gonna.
So no engage on the Master of Possession, but it doesn't look like we killed enough of the heretic, the Heretic Legionnaires for that to matter. So that's fair. If we did allow Error to or Devin to swing back and grab that objective, that could have been bad. But we did cut Devin down to a 4-point primary. We scored out a Treasures of Eons. And are going to try to put ourselves in the best position possible to deny the final Warp Ritual here.
So you score 2 on treasures. Or no,
Yeah.
2 on treasures and 4 on ancient machineries.
Treasures, machineries, and the 3
3
points
on
for.
treasure. Okay. Oh, my turn. I score 1 primary, 2 banners, and a cartridge and a barrel.
1 banner. That one would be taken down at the start of the command phase.
It would be correct. Okay, so
Okay, so I think
You
the
are going to
sequencing
score
here
12
and why
primaries,
the
so 25,
Annihilation
stop
Barge
that.
didn't fire is that I think I missed this during the
When does
movement phase
this
chat.
actually finish?
Is that the Ancient Machinery's action can be completed by a core unit, which the Annihilation Barge is, on an objective that it controls at the end of the movement phase. At the end of the movement phase, the Plasmancer's Pulse is also going to trigger, I believe, yes, at the end of your movement phase.
You just figured it out.
Which means that because Max is the active player, he could sequence the Plasmancer's effect before the action begins, and so he kills the wounded model that was on Objective 2, contesting it, which allows the Annihilation Barge to then perform the action after that. So I was saying that we weren't going to score out Ancient Machineries, but it does look like that we will. And that looks pretty good for Max. He broke a banner. We do have 3 banners available for Devin, and once those banners get placed, they will be unbreakable on the final turn of the game, the bottom of round 5. Which means that Devin has potentially 3, maybe 4 additional points in banners that he could score if these guys down here are in range of this objective, which I imagine that they are. So we can put, and it looks like he's set up very well for this. We can put the Marines onto Objective 3 to drop a banner there, the Warp Talons over here. These Marines can stand on this objective to drop that banner, so we'd place 4 banners. They don't score immediately, but they will exist until the end of the game, and they'll score then. So, 4 points on banners is easy peasy for Devin. So he should get an 11 there. The awkward part is going to be this Rise to Glory score. He can pick up the Annihilation Barge with the Lord Discordant, but I don't know if he's going to have a shot at the Plasmancer. The Lord Discordant may try to go for the Plasmancer, but I'm not sure he has a good charge in there. Abaddon can kill the Annihilation Barge, and that could score him 4 points. So he could get to 7 there, 11 on banners, and potentially Max's Warp Ritual. But it's all kind of asking a lot. Then, so that puts him at 11 plus 12 is 23, plus, it will put him to 28 primary, basically. And that's in addition to 34, or 28 secondary, in addition to 34 primary, so 74 points. Max at 50 right now, goes to 62, basically trivially, assuming he can get a model into the middle objective, which he can. He'll probably have an easy time scoring out a Purge for 3, and maybe a Treasures for 2. So I don't know how many secondaries he still has on the table. So he would be at 62 plus 3 plus 5? Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know if Max has a way back in this game.
We'll start with the Disco Lord. He's just going to do his stupid thing on
I think that the way back in this game is that Devin
every 6 when you take a mortal.
just falls apart,
Take
basically.
1 mortal on your barge.
Mhm.
Alrighty. with that at the end of the game. Yeah, I could just go do that, actually. That probably makes more sense. You have nothing else over there. Nothing can sneak over, so they can do that. Mob can go do his stuff. All right, yeah, that makes sense. Hello, we're Warp Talons. These guys will just go over here. They'll both just sneak on the objective.
Yep.
Mop will come out to be within 6 in the middle of the board. He'll advance if he needs to.
Yeah. Okay.
God, as funny as that would be. Just turn around, just go charge this stupid thing, kill it. Oh, that's admittedly somewhat tempting. Move these 2 Marines over a bit. Disco Lord, what are you gonna do, buddy? So you can go 4 to here. Well, 3.5 actually. Oh, come on.
Here's the Obfuscatron, so you can only be shot if he's the closest target.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just checking what my charge is.
Sure.
17.4, so 17.5. I move 3.5 on 13, so 9.5. 9 plus 17, or sorry, 17 minus 9 is 8? Can I do math? 8.
3.5, 8.5 with a bit of turning or going around the corner. Would be a 9.
He's only moved 3.5 right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He moves 8.5 more.
No, 9.5 more, because he's movement, because he's movement 13, because he's called.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
So it'll be a 6-inch charge, because this thing is area
Not
terrain.
obscure.
Is
Yeah,
it
but
only
it's-
terrain, or is it only area terrain?
It's only obscure.
Okay, well, whatever, he's still gonna do it. I said what?
That's, I'm not sure whether you can get in there without being in that thing. Like an engagement range without being in the
Oh, I
tree.
see. I see what you're saying. Well, I'll just leave him there for now. Trevi, can I charge this guy? Guy there.
Like, can you legally declare him as a charge target, or like,
No,
is it possible
I,
to
like,
make the charge?
Is it possible to actually make the charge?
It
tree.
looks difficult, I would say. You might be able to squeeze in here,
Like a 9 or something?
like that, maybe.
So it'd be like a 9.
Yeah, It is also difficult. Don't forget.
Oh, that's true, right? Yeah, Hellstalker does not ignore that. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll just charge the annihilation person. I was gonna do this big play. He's gonna go for the charge. The mop is gonna kill this thing. That would have been really funny, but that's not gonna happen. So that's okay. Abaddon is just gonna walk up 6 and start the mission action on here.
Okay.
Look at Abaddon. He's doing mission actions like a boss.
What a man! What a man!
What a madman.
Unbelievable.
So in that case, then, if where is Cesaric? I'm just going to advance them.
Yeah, I really like this
the mop,
play
that's cool.
to perform the strategic scan with Abaddon, because it's very difficult, almost impossible for
Oh, he moved 7 anyway.
Max to remove him,
Right now, so he's gonna go hang out.
because he has to do so in 3 phases. So he could try to push Mortal Wounds through with a Catan, but I think that is going to be difficult.
If it helps you, I also forget about it. So.
It doesn't matter for you as much as it has for me. This thing only does 1 mortal wound when it explodes.
Exactly.
Perfect. Oh, Disco Lord. The Disco Lord will just move it away to make that charge. Completely unavailable. I honestly don't trust myself to not kill an Annihilation Barge. Oh, somebody has to stay back here. Actually, no, I don't. I've already established that you're scoring 12 on primary, and that it's impossible to have that not happen. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You're scoring 12 on primary. I can't stop it.
Yeah, so discussing right now the fact that Max is going to be, or that Devin is leaving one of his objectives, which doesn't matter for him since he's already scored his primary, but does make the hold more easier for Max. And since Max now only has to take He has to take 2 objectives and contest 1 rather than hold 3.
And Abaddon's doing the mission action. So we got 2 command points at the bank, and just 1 guy to cast with right now. So we'll start with Master Possession. He'll do the Great Sorcerer Stratagem to do a psychic action and still cast a power. He is going to start off by casting Heal.
Don't you have to cast the psychic action before?
Thousand Suns one you do. The
Oh.
CSM one is psychic power and a psychic action, not one before the other.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he'll just try and heal a guy and try not to blow himself up. Well, he gets it. Does Eric like to try and stop this?
I do not.
Please deny my crappy psychic power instead of my super important action. So Pact of Fleshing some additional Marines back in front of Abaddon.
Okay, he'll do Warp Ritual.
Keep that objective safer. Here's the ritual. What do we get?
It's getting re-rolled.
A 5. We're gonna CP
what's
reroll
going
a
to
successful
happen.
save.
You're just gonna
Drum roll,
Carrots.
please, here, chat.
Okay.
7. So we need an 8 on
On an
Silent
8
King's Deny.
with a reroll. That's a 6, and that is a reroll.
So
That is
we
a reroll.
reroll it. What do we get? A 7! The warp ritual goes off.
Well, those denies this game. God damn.
That was a thing that needed to happen. Alright, well, the rest of my turn will be fairly quick because there isn't really anything to do because everybody's doing actions. Mop advance, we can't do anything. You're not going to kill the Annihilation Barge or shooting because that would just be stupid.
Yeah, killing it and shooting would
I
deny
guess
the
I'll
Rise
just
to
charge
Glory
it with the Disco
points.
Yes.
We're doing the
I
action
guess you do.
with the Marines,
he's in.
with the
Go
Legionaries.
get him, Disco Lord. So he's just going to...
So the
It
only
doesn't
real
matter.
points that matter
That's
here
anyway.
for
And I'm not gonna get into the disco.
Devin is going to be the
just trying to block your
attacks here.
guy from running on there next turn. Yeah, we'll just go there. Alrighty, Disco. We'll start with the Stabby Claws. We'll just do the Mecha Tendrils.
Uh,
Oh, sorry,
so,
Abaddon's
uh,
rolls on him.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Yeah. I don't have. I'm not gonna 4-up involve. Just
Okay.
gonna die.
3 hits, and winning on 5s. Try again. This doesn't also needs to be rolled. 2 saves and a mortal.
Yep.
So 2 damage from the Mecha Tendril and then the mortal wound.
Isn't it AP 0?
It is AP0. But you have a threat save, right? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so you get the extra damage from the thing.
Okay. Extra damage from
Yeah.
the Mars Injector.
Just roll the big weapon, or do that.
Doing this.
It's dead anyway.
Yeah, okay. Well, 3 more balls.
They blow up just for. It does. Kill that guy.
Killed Marine on him, not that it matters.
kills the aspiring
He'll
champion
just
out of
do
that unit,
his
which is
3
hilarious.
inches over here, just to...
Of course.
If you
So
want to
that's
put
gonna
your offset guy
protect-
on there, you have to be in engage range. The Disco Lord, who is just going to...
Yeah, we'll also protect the objective a lot with a heroic intervention on this side of the wall anyway. Though he can't go through the wall, unfortunately, because he's a big monster.
Do I gain a CP for killing your Annihilation Barge?
Do you?
I do. I get 2 Rise to Glory.
All right,
You keep.
so capped
Cap-
at 5 Rise to Glory, Warp Ritual 1 off for 12.
just,
We are
plus-
going to get another 2 on, or another 4 on banners. So not the perfect turn that we could have gotten. Yeah, so that banners are going to score out, and that should be, unless Abaddon dies, we should be at 75 for Devin is the score to beat. So Max has to score 25 points in this last turn, and I'm not sure it's possible. He can complete a strategic scan with something random, so that will be 3. Plus, plus 12 for primary, so 15 on primary. Easy peasy. Then he has to get another 10 points to tie. He can get 3 on purge, maybe. He's actually, yeah, he'd have to kill this Lord Discordant to max his purge, I think, or to get maximum purge. Abaddon's gonna contest the purge over here, so unless Abaddon dies, I think that Abaddon has to die. I think is the way that this ends up. I don't believe that we can Ancient Machinery. We can Treasures Beyonds for maybe what, 5, and then purge for 3 probably. So that's an 8-point swing. And that's assuming that you hold all of the Treasures of Aeon's objectives. I'm not sure where they are, but I don't believe that that's going to be possible. And if you do that and Abaddon's dead, then you cut Devin down to a 72, and you would end up scoring 15 primary plus 8, so you would win by 1. But I'm not sure that we kill Abaddon here this turn. So we'd have to kill enough Marines with shooting remaining. So basically this Annihilation Barge and the Transcendent Catan have to shoot the Marines down to 2 models so that Abaddon's no longer character protected. Then the Annihilation Barge and Silent King have to do 3, then Silent King has to get to melee? No, we have to do damage in the movement phase. Don't know if we have the opportunity. Does the meteor allow them to target your character?
2 inches. And like I spent the last week playing with it, so because he does not like that rules, it's stupid.
It does not.
If I do Heretic Astartes to be here, hold this objective, do that.
Yeah, I agree, chat. I think Creations of Bile. I mean,
And right there.
I think, yeah, the Creations of Bile ability to play the primary for a Necron list that has no melee in it, basically. There's no, like, forward presence in this Necron list. It's actually pretty problematic. I do think that Max maybe gave away his planes too quickly. He basically just ran his planes into his opponent's deployment zone. They both died, which does happen quite a bit. But I think that Max could have gotten another turn or two of use out of the planes. And given the limited number of models in this game state, if that meant that the planes had killed like another Heretic Astartes, Legionary unit, then you're feeling much better about yourself. So we have AppSec in the middle. So if we kill the Legionnaires there, that middle objective is controlled.
Let's see what we get a 6 with Plasma Sight.
We have objective 5 controlled, which means we have to kill the Warp Talons in order to get the 12 primary.
To do anything really. So you just stay here and look sad. So if I get a 5, I would have to get this really long charge in order to pile in over to the Marine.
And then not get murdered by the Disco Lord.
Yeah, so pretty much the idea would I get a 12, pile in
That
over this
also
one,
gives
pile...
me, so that also gives me 3 more Rise to Glory points as well.
Exactly. I mean, the idea would be to pile in outside. Could I even?
Yeah, but could you end the charge and not be within 3 of them? Because he'll just throw you.
I very much doubt it. To be fair, if he's charged, he couldn't heroic. So that would of course be the MLG play, but I'm not gonna roll that, am I? So instead, he's just gonna kill you.
He's going to try to kill me.
He's gonna try to kill you. Yeah, sure. I mean, why not in the end? Sorry, and for to deceive, we're fine with what we have. We're just fine with what we have. Right, so that brings us into.
Oh, sorry, and this Wounded Marine was healed by the spell last turn.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot something with that.
Right, so we do have 3 models here. 4 models. 4 models. So we're gonna start with the Transcendence, doing Falling Stars onto orange and white.
Yep.
Onto orange. Nope. Onto white. Yay! Or kills a guy.
Just kill the guy on the objective.
And then Antimatter Meteor. Nope. CP for random power. Please do
Not
something.
great. Let's get
It's going to be Cosmic Fire.
it's CP first. It's seismic assault every time.
it's-
Cosmic Fires again.
Falling Stars. Yep.
Same
Well,
thing.
thanks, game. Warp Talons.
Oh
Nope.
no.
White Squad?
First squad. Yay.
Eh?
For
CP
2
will,
important.
CP will spend. Kill the
Probably was bad, yeah.
Oh, kill this guy.
Yeah, every one of
right.
those Marines does matter quite a bit, actually. So that CP probably was well spent. That does mean that the Annihilation Barge can probably knock the Marines off the middle.
Is going to do
Either Annihilation Barge or Silent King, and the remaining attacks will be able to clear them.
It's gonna try to
Warp
do
Talons,
the
probably?
leadership this time.
Yep.
So I rolled a 12 this time. Can you? Nope.
Hell out of you.
greatest power of all times. And then Thunderbolt, we will actually put this into the Marines, I think. See whether we can clear one.
Sure.
Yep, for one model. So, no. This could start this game. We come and go.
I'm getting hurt, doesn't matter. So that's the end of your
Yeah.
command powers?
That is
Oh,
the
dear.
I still have the Plasmancer, who just needs to roll 3 dice. 3 4-ups. Just 2 mortal wounds to the Discord. So there's a technical chance. Right, let's go into shooting then. We're gonna have the Plasmancer shoot the Disco Lord.
He's gonna try to shoot the disco
Do
lord.
3 shots. It's 2 shots.
Oh,
That's
that's
all he
enough.
needs. On 3s. 2 hits. On 3s. Oh, that's only 1 wound.
Almost. Almost.
-3. Well,
He takes it.
so close.
But that kind of one
It is
wound.
2 damage, right?
It's
it
2
is.
damage, yeah.
Awkward.
-3? Yeah, so
Yeah.
armor. Yeah, it was
mhm.
more.
So then we will have the
So
Annihilation
unfortunately,
Barge
that means I think that there's
simply shooting everything into the Marines. 10
there's
shots with
very
the
little
Tesla.
way to
Choose.
clear out this table quarter.
Over.
The
Up for
MOP is in the center, so he actually
12
doesn't
extra after
count
this,
for
so-
Purge the Vermin currently.
That's 19 wounds.
So if these Marines die, only Abaddon would be controlling this objective, assuming we killed this Lord Discordant and this one Balefire Toe Marine, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'll die.
Well, that was a pretty good roll. Not gonna lie.
Wow,
So
all
we
right.
said
Well,
that anyway.
Annihilation Bar just peels
Um,
the
Yep.
Marines
So
out.
we
So
will
now we have to put
the
everything into
thing,
Warp Towns and kill them.
Shooting everything into the talons of the warp.
Yep.
Do you want this for a charge reroll? So we're gonna leave you with the thing. Leave you with the cover. So 9 shots with staff. Putting on 2s. You roll a 1. Running on 3s. 8 wounds. -2, so 3 ups.
Come on. Oh my god, stupid TTS. 3 ups?
Yep, -2.
2 CP in the bank. Yeah. Kills
Okay,
him.
Here's the wounded guy. 2 man heals.
Maybe he'll do something this turn.
Maybe. Hey, it's 2
Oh.
wounds. It's 2 wounds.
It's
Okay,
2 wounds. Maybe I'll just make 2 5-up pinballs. Made 1. Hey, the Menhirs finally killed something. Look at that. Don't want to lose my champion. No, you're making that charge anyway.
And then the subtle attacks. 2s and 2s. 2 wounds, -3, so 4 ups.
Yep.
Gets 2 more.
Yeah, let's see if my little Warp Talent champion can live through Deceiver.
Well, we will see. That is the end
Keeps the
of
champion
the
alive.
shooting.
Bold strategy con.
So it will
Could have
just
made the
be
charge tougher
Eddie
for Deceiver, but not
into
today.
the Warp Talon. Who just goes in.
It's your only
Yeah.
charge?
In he goes. That is the only thing. Yep, nothing else matters. Or is even. We might as well just try the king into him. Because why
Yeah.
not?
You'll need
Why not?
some big number.
Yep, I think like a 9 will do.
So this game's ending right on time, which is good. We do have another game after this, chat. I'm going to be playing a game from Pod 7.
okay.
It's going to be Tyranids versus Grey Knights. Pretty exciting. I haven't played that matchup in ages, so should be pretty fun. I'm kind of I'm kind of pumped. But I will be setting that up immediately after the end of this game. So stay tuned, everybody, for another game.
If you just want to roll them all and just CP roll a failed one, that's fine.
I would just do the auto wound. So I would have to do it.
You do the auto wound in melee? I thought it was only shooting.
That is should be. Let me just quickly check. Whether I am completely misremembering it. Is it? Where are you? Technical targeting. Oh, it's only shooting phase. Sorry. So yeah. Might as well just reroll if I.
Yeah, just roll the other 2. Just roll one if you screw it up.
Please don't do it. Okay.
CP there.
And no. It's a 2
5
5 up.
Obviously, if
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a fail, it's getting rerolled unless they both fail.
Oh.
Oh boy!
Just kidding, chat. We might just have a TTS crash instead. I have no idea what's happening right now because my TTS is blanked, it looks like.
Cool. So end of the turn, that will give me the
All I can hear is audio.
3 more points for the mission. That will give me the 2 more points for treasures. Max out machineries and get me 3 points for purge.
Cool. And then I'm going to score the mission for 3.
Yep.
Thank you, Abaddon. And 75-73.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Devin squeaking that by 2 points, chat.
Well, thank you for the game.
Hot damn.
Yeah, thank you.